Here we go again, not even a week after their classic clash. CREAMLINE and CIGNAL square off once again. You know, there's always pride on the line when it comes to these teams, but tonight their eyes are on the semifinals. Welcome to CIGNAL versus CREAMLINE Part 2. This is the All-Filipino Conference qualifying round only here in PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Step aside, I own this night. 차가운 시선도 out of sight. Pulse in my vein, it's electric gold. 내 불빛은 never cold. Light it up, no turning back. 세상 내 무대 track. 숨길 수 없어 내 vibe, so really energy you gonna feel. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. 이 무대 위, I'm all you see. Invincible. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Invincible. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. 되지 않아.
CREAMLINE has won many league titles and is hoping to go for yet another one, while CIGNAL is still in search of their first major title. So today is a pivotal date and match between these two squads because of their own intentions. And later on, Jules and Paneng, we will explain to everybody why this game matters, because it needs graphics, it needs slow explanation para malaman nyo kung saan tayo pupunta. Tayo magpupunta sa iyo muna, mamaya ako tatanungin si Jules. Ano ba ang nangyayari? Anong consequence ng game na to?
Well, this game is going to be very important because if a team wins, they will automatically book a ticket to the semifinals.
Ayun.
But pag matalo naman ng team ngayon, they still have a chance but it will be a tougher road for them.
Okay. Titingnan natin kung ano mga preliminary results, ano mga nangyari pa ng before we came to today.
Well, yesterday we saw the play-in stepladder kick off with Gallery Tower High Risers taking down Capital One Solar Spikers, while Chocomucho Flying Titans winning against Zeus Coffee Thunderbells. But both winners stay alive and continue climbing the stepladder. Now the stakes gets higher because the qualifying round determines who punches a ticket to the semifinals. And for this matchup, the loser between the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers and the CIGNAL HD Spikers will have to face the surging winner of Chocomucho and Galleries Tower for one of the last semifinal spots. So like what I mentioned earlier, so if a team wins today, that will give them a ticket to the semifinals.
Yep.
But if they lose, they will still have a chance, but it will be a tougher road for them.
Boy, can you imagine? No wonder Eliza Valdez Jules was red hot the other day. Let's talk about her for a while before Paneng discusses her game. You're gonna tell us that you talked to her in a while, no?
Yes, I will.
Okay, makwento. And great, enviable job rather that Jules has, as the winners will advance to the semifinals. Now, Paneng, let's take a look at the, I don't want to call it comeback because Eliza never left naman. She's been struggling of late, but when she shines so brightly.
Well, I agree because like what you mentioned, even during the start of this conference, she had limited minutes. But whenever the team needs her, she delivers when it matters most. Especially during their last game where she tallied 22 points and 19 digs as well. So that's one of the best games of Eliza Valdez so far. And now, of course, coming into this matchup, because this is going to be a very important one, all eyes will be on their team captain because if she will be able to replicate that game, they have a huge chance to win this game.
Naging problema ng CIGNAL yan, the rejuvenated Eliza Valdez. A definite all-star performance, Jules.
That's for sure. And if our PVL fans want to see her play in the All-Star Showcase, then you can do just that by voting in the pvl.ph/allstar. But now I want to get to what you mentioned, Seb. I spoke with the legend Eliza Valdez earlier, and ang sabi niya lang sa akin that her standout game was just the beginning. You know, CREAMLINE went through a lot this conference. They've had injuries and player startups. And one thing that has helped them all throughout that is that constant assurance in each other. You know, that familiarity with each other, that maturity, that's what they bank on. And ang sabi pa nga sa akin ni Eliza kanina, you know, they always push their opponents to the limits. In true Creamline fashion, they know their strengths, they know their opponents as the PVL veterans, and that's something that they will bank on tonight as they hope to book that ticket to the semifinals.
Boy, there's pressure pa rin, you know, given their pedigree as a champion team, but that's why they want to be back in that championship. Itong Creamline, ano ha?
I agree also, and of course, Creamline has that chemistry. They've been together, playing together for so long, and they have the championship experience. And especially during this time, a very important match, we will expect that a lot of players will really step up to get this win.
Lipat naman tayo sa kabilang team ng Signal. Vani Gandler was a budding star when she was acquired by Signal, and boy, she's slowly, gradually coming out and shining very brightly for the Signal team.
Well, especially that Vani Gandler is one of the go-to players of their squad. What's important also is her consistency whenever they have a game. She delivers a lot of points, and she's one of the go-to players for their squad. And that showed during their game against Creamline, because even though na humahabol sila sa points ng Creamline, she was very steady in the scoring department, and especially pulled off a lot of points at the latter stretch of that match. And heading into this match, expect Signal to go back to her, especially in big moments like this.
How much fun is your job, Jules? You get to talk to a regular veteran star, and then you come up with a conversation with an upcoming star in Vani Gandler.
That's for sure. You know, Vani, she's very sweet and humble as always. And when I spoke to her a while ago, she told me she didn't want to talk about her individual stats. Ang gusto niyang pag-usapan ay yung team nila and how they can improve today. She was definitely not satisfied with what they showed last game because it didn't translate to a win. And for her, she knows her role comes with a heavy pressure, and she's obviously privileged to step up to that plate. And ang gagawin nila today is they will correct their errors, especially in crucial moments. Sabi pa niya sa akin, may miscommunication pa na nangyari last game. And, of course, better serve-receive. You know, that's where everything starts. And for Vani, she told me this is not their best conference yet. Sabi niya sa akin kanina, Jules, we've got 3 bronze, 1 silver, and this is not our best conference if we did not get a gold.
But definitely, it's an all-star performance by Vani Gandler, which should get your vote for the all-star, I suppose.
Yeah, that's for sure. So again, our PVL fans can gun for Vani Gandler to be in their all-star showcase by voting on pvl.ph/allstar.
Before you make that question for our audience, paneng itong game na ito, madaling sabihin, minimize the errors, pero magkakaroon ng errors at magkakaroon ito, di ba?
Well, definitely, you know, ang important lang is how to lessen their errors. Each set, everyone or majority of the players, talagang may isip nila magkaroon ng errors. But of course, volleyball is a very tactical sport, and hindi rin maiwasan yung errors. But as much as possible, lessen them each set.
Exactly. Now, no error in the question that you will pose right now.
Yes, that's right. We have a Pilipinas Live poll question for our viewers, and that is, which team's role players will step up in their second meeting today? So please do answer that in the Pilipinas Live app, and also talk with us with the hashtag PVL2026. I'm sure our fans have a lot to say when it comes to these errors with the stars they want to see in the All-Star Showcase, and also who will be the next team to book that ticket to the semifinals.
Let's see how that turns out, and we'll try to answer the question as we sail along. You were beginning to talk about the all-star qualities of Vani Gandler. Well, the ball is already flying in this direction. We will get to know Vani Gandler a little more here as we rank it.
Hi, I'm Vani Gandler, and this is Rank It. This is my first ever game with Signal.
Kayo na to Gandler. She scores.
I remember I was so nervous this time, but I was happy with the way I performed. It was a really fun experience, going against all my idols and playing alongside my idols.
Right for them. As Vani Gandler one-on-one against Aya and Laure there.
Oh, this is when I blocked Aya in our battle for bronze against Charity Go. It's a special moment for me, of course, because me and Aya have gotten really close, and it's always been a healthy competition between the two of us. Yeah, it was a good experience, especially because this conference was my first time as a starter in the pros.
Kayo na. Goes for back row and repeat.
This is our first game in the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
There, Gandler, this time, cross court!
This game was memorable because it's my first time ever getting the Player of the Week, and I was actually the first Player of the Week in history. So of course, this is a memorable game to me.
She scored! Gandler, one-on-one against Ian Lauer there. This time,
To rank all of these, number one is of course my first ever point in the PVL. That's a very special moment for me. Number two is whole battle for bronze game when I blocked Aya. That game was special to me because it's my first time playing a crucial game like this, and I got POG also. And then the last was when I got Player of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smart Araneta Coliseum. This is match number 49 of the 2026 All-Filipino Conference for the Premier Volleyball League. This is the second qualifying round match of the tournament, and the winner will advance to the semifinals. Let's meet the participating teams. The CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. And their opponents, the CIGNAL Super Spikers. Introducing the two national referees officiating this match. Our first referee is Bobby Celso. Second referee, Fernando Velarde. Let's now meet the starters. First, for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. Outside spiker number 2, team captain Alyssa Valdez. Middle blocker number 6, Pengs Panaga. Setter number 12, Gia De Guzman. Middle blocker number 14, Bea De Leon. Opposite hitter number 18, Tots Carlos. And outside spiker number 19, Bernadette Pons. Starting libero number 22, Chen Yerva. The head coach for CREAMLINE is Sherwin Meneses. And now the starters for the CIGNAL Super Spikers. Middle blocker number 2, Rose Doria Aquino. Outside spiker number 5, Benny Candler. Another outside hitter number 6, Ishi Lalungisip. Opposite hitter number 8, Erica Santos. Middle blocker number 11, Jackie Acuna. And center number 22, Jel Cayuna. Starting libero and team captain number 16, Ton Katintig. The head coach for CIGNAL is Shaq De Los Santos. This match is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is
And we are just about ready to put the ball into play. Starting lineup for CREAMLINE, Panay.
This is the same starting lineup that they used during their previous games. But if we take a look during their prelims against CIGNAL, Bernadette Pons didn't play during that game. But this time, she will start for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. And on the other hand, the CIGNAL Super Spikers, still the same lineup with Rose Aquino, Jackie Acuna, Erica Santos, Jel Cayuna, Ishi Lalong Isip, Vanny Gander, and of course, their libero, Don Katindig.
So both sides going with their big guns early on, hoping to gain the early advantage. 5-setter last time around. First pass received by Eliza. Tots Carlos foiled, recycled offense. The drop. It's alive. Pancake successful. Eliza gets to it again. Gia reverses. And the corner.
Cross-court shot, Bernadette Pons.
Of course, Bernadette Pons, very reliable whenever she's in the front row, but that time attacking on the opposite and targeting cross-court. Take a look at that angle. Long ball for Bernadette Pons. First point for CREAMLINE.
And Pons will serve. Jel Cayuna. And Erica Santos puts CIGNAL on the board as well.
Santos was one of the leading scorers for the Super Spikers during their preliminary games against the Cool Smashers, where she scored 16 points.
And they probably need so much more from her today, given the weight of this game. Of course, as you mentioned, winner will advance to the semifinals. Eliza's first strike. Handled well by the defense. Erica, it is alive. Nierva gets to it. Valdez makes it a set for Carlos. Into the back, into the middle. Yep, that'll work.
There was a check ball. De Guzman thought that it was going outside, but our referee saw that a check ball from the blockers.
Early lead by CIGNAL at 2-1. Jackie Acuna will be serving. Gia goes to the net. Valdez knocks it down.
That's actually a tough one because Valdez was the one who got the first ball, and Gia still went for that low and fast set for Eliza, and she was able to target that cross court, and a sharp angle from her also.
How many years have they been doing that? That pass from De Guzman to Valdez says this serve by Panaga looks long. It is. It is 3-2 in favor of CIGNAL. Good to see Sherwin, Coach Sherwin, back on the floor. Had a brief physical challenge that he had to manage. That nips the net, but we are in play. Valdez shoots. That's inside.
That was inside, even though it was a long ball. She was still able to find that line.
As this is our spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin, Pasalubong ng Bayan. We are tied at 3. Tots Carlos serving. Katindig receiving. Gandler shoots away. and they get it down the line.
That was a very smart move from Gandler. Everyone was waiting for her cross-court attack, but changing that direction, targeting zone 1, no one was there for Creamline.
Gandler, Valdez, a bit of a messy reception, but that net is straight, and that'll be a point for Creamline.
This is just the start of the first set, but we could see that the Super Spikers have been targeting Eliza Valdez whenever they go for the serve. They would want to lessen the points production of their team captain.
At saka of recent vintage, Eliza's had some problems receiving the ball also, but this one is long. It must be good for Eliza to be feeling that your game is coming back, diba?
I also agree with that, and kahit na targetin nila ng madaming beses si Eliza, we know her capabilities, na even though she wasn't able to get a good first ball, but she knows how to play those out-of-system games and setups.
Kakalma lang yan eh. Hindi nung, oy, miss yan. Misread. And Signals got crossed there on what kind of set was being prepared for Bea there.
The set might be a bit too low for her because she was going for that back quick.
It happens. It happens. Na mali ang basa ng Signal. Anyway, 6-4, 2-point lead. Pons tapping it over at the left flank of the net. Gandler shoots away. Valdez receiving. Pons shooting. And that's long and out.
Pons was trying to find or hit that ball over the blockers, but there was not much spin on that.
And that, sorry, go ahead.
No, Signal is now up by 3 points.
Exactly. It's about to say the same thing. Early lead after we were alternating in the scoring. Here comes Gia. Now, Pons shoots away. Cayuna. That's long and out.
Yeah, attack error also from Signal, giving a free point to Creamline. They're down by 2 points.
Rochelle lalong isip. Tutuwa ako sa mga pangalan na ganun. Pinoy na Pinoy. Lalong isip. Mga pangalan, Tatlong Hari, Batong Bakal, Noyping.
It's actually nice.
Oh, actually. Well, in the meantime, Signal is all business here in the first set, the early going. We hit the first technical timeout, 8-5.
Welcome back to the PVL All-Filipino Conference qualifying round. You know, 7 Penang PVL fans would be happy to know that Gia Morado is back playing, as well as Bernadette Pons after being sidelined for 2 games in this crucial match. You know, Creamline is first in setting, and Gia Morado admitted that she's still adjusting to the team, and it's been a challenging but fun ride so far. She knows she has more to show and is building on her confidence as the conference progresses. For Gia and her squad, they are in the midst of finding their identity, you know, finding that way back to gold in an ever-evolving and ever-competitive landscape. And all that matters for them is they are present, they know their roles, and they step up when they can. Of course, boosted by the confidence that comes with their long-standing legacy and veteran experience. And if you want to see more of Gia and your favorite PVL players, make sure to vote in the Volleyball All-Star Showcase at pvl.ph/allstar.
Pasensya ka na, Jules. Nabighani rin kami doon sa play while listening to you. Kasi it was a furious exchange. Eventually, it was called as a 4-touch violation by first referee Bobby Celso.
But that was a long rally, and we saw a lot of pancake saves from Don Katindig.
Mukhang yun ang trend nitong game na ito, no?
Long rallies, yes.
Nakakapagod sa player yan, no?
Oo naman, lalo na pag ganito. Because we keep on mentioning as well that this is a very important match.
Ayaw mamatay yung bola. Pons, it's called out. And that'll make it 9-6. Here we go with Rochelle Lolong Isip. Down the middle we go. It's neutralized by the floor. Erica denied.
That was a good block. It was a high set for Erica Santos, but diretso sa mga blockers, and you have Pams Panaga there on the cross court.
Yung handwork ni Pangs nag-improve through the years. Dati talon lang ng talon sa gitna. Yan, she knows how to use her hands to get a read on the block.
An improvement talaga for Panaga because so far she's in number 3 top blockers for this conference.
As Santos finds the open space, drills it in, making it 10-7 here in the first set.
She saw that Pangs was late for the cross-court block and dun na lang niya diniin yung palo.
Si Erica, simple lang yan. Ang galing magbasa ng laro niyan. Cool lang yan. Down the middle we go, and both sides burning the open spaces in the back row.
We're seeing early combination plays from the side of the Creamline Cool Smashers because Gia de Guzman already saw that her open hitters nababantayan ng defense ng Signal.
Okay, again to remind you, winner advances to the semis. Loser has to play one more time around to be able to get a chance to make it to that next round. In the meantime, Signal capitalizing on a couple of errors by Creamline early on. They lead by 3. Erica, who as Panang mentioned, scored 16 the last time around. The gentle tap. The hook inside, recovered by Signal. Alam mo kung sino yung masipag mag-floor defense dito. Yan ang mas may chance dito as this one is hit long and out.
It's not just the floor defense but also the net defense from both squads. We're seeing a lot of blocks but their coverage was tight nitong start ng set.
Alam mo, pag tinitingnan mo yung Creamline crowd doon, para silang mga magkakaklase sa isang eskwelahan.
Pare-pareho ng shirt.
Yes, mga parang inasang pumunta sa laro. In the meantime, Pons too far away. The lead is 3.
At the start of this set pa lang, we saw earlier the numbers of the unforced errors from both squads, but Creamline already has 6 unforced errors, but Signal has 4 errors.
Gandler serve in play. Valdez on the combination. Handled by Gandler. Back row at work. Pons reaches it to Gia. The shot of Carlos still alive. Santos gets near sprawling. The jam on Bea de Leon. Cracked down by Pons. And this crowd is screaming. And listen to this crowd. Enjoy the moment. Though Creamline was caught napping there.
But that was a very good decision from Cayuna, setting up her middle attackers because she saw na nagsiscramble pa sa floor defense position yung Creamline. After that, a free ball. So getting at this point, 4 points advantage meron dito ang Signal. Timeout, Creamline.
Kung makareceive kayo, si Bea sobrang advantage niyan. Sobrang advantage niyan. Diba? Sasayang eh. Nakaka-receive tayo, pero di tayo nakakapatay. Ha? Okay, let's go.
Well, si Gia sinubukan nung una ipasa, i-set up kay Bea, hindi kumonek. So let's see if they go to that particular combination in this next sequence. Because tama si Coach Sherwin actually.
And I agree also, and hindi natin masyado nakikita itong mga quick hits ng Creamline, kaya nababantayan din yung mga open hitters nila.
Sabi ni Gia, relax lang kayo, gagawin ko yan. Valdez, malayo. That is play number 1. That's usually for the outside. And Cayuna and company, Dawn. Nice slide. Good liberos here. Great ones, in fact. Nice flight in the air by Carlos. Down the middle. We have the ball alive. Matagal ang mga rally nito. And finally, nakapagay, as they said.
And yun yung mga gusto din na setups ni Bea De Leon. Yung medyo mataas on the back quick para mas mataas yung reach niya whenever she goes for that hit.
And she did not hit straight. She hit it a little to the right to give her a better angle, actually. And Valdez will be serving, currently down 10-13 here in the opening set. Looks long, but Gandler catches it. Here comes the attack. Good slide by Valdez on the floor. Pons shoots. Gandler says, I'm ready for that. This one off the block. Lifted high by Negrito. Pons denied.
Pons was finding that down the line angle, but Jel Cayuna was ready, and that angle is closed for Pons.
Ay, nako. Eh, kahit na nag-cross siya, may dalawang kamay na naka-ready doon sa kanya. So, nasarahan siya ng mga options. 4 ang lamang ng Creamline, their biggest in this battle so far. Negrito. Pons. Lalong isip. And Doria got entangled, nearly slipped there. Pons shoots. Gandler slides. Cayuna kneels. The shot niya, but turns and twirls.
That was Gumabaw.
Yeah, Michelle is all ready, and this one is scored.
Earlier, there was a double substitution for Creamline. Negrito and Gumabaw now in the court.
Bala sa konti, ano ha? 14-11 ang count. Parang si Michelle has gotten used to coming off the bench for Creamline. In the meantime, Bea De Leon. Straight and true, set for Erica. And Valdez unable to lift it.
Medyo malayo yung position ni Valdez for that long ball hit of Erica Santos.
Parang nabasa ni Erica paglipat niya, no? Malayo si Eliza. Doon ko papunta sa kaliwa. You can actually see that. I mean, you know that, Paneng. Pag na lumipad ka, there's that split second that allows you to check the other side. Gumabaw. That's a scorcher, but handled well by Signal. And that does not cross. Gandler apologizes to Cayuna.
Medyo ang baba ng contact nun ni Gandler. At first, ang taas ng kamay niya, but nung pinalo na niya yung bola, kung saan mababa na yung contact point.
Well, you can see on the faces of the players the intensity and the weight of this game. Valdez keeps it alive. It's tossed over. Look out, but you play on. And Creamline unable to return the foray of Santos. We arrive at the second technical timeout. 16-12 lead by Signal. Somebody's watching. Somebody doesn't have a game today. Coach Ty Bundit, of course, taking in the action, and the players. Ang bilis makamatay itong mga fans ng Creamline, ano? Alam mo naman si Galan sa crowd favorite yun.
And namimiss na rin nila si Gemma
Actually.
dahil medyo madami na rin siyang na-miss na games for their squad.
Para silang students at yung nag-field trip. Para yung uniform nila. Direct tingnan mo mamaya, ipan mo. Kita mo para sila grade 1, row 1. Row 1 talaga eh. No? Oh! Eliza unable to hoist it up.
So lumalaki na ang lamang dito ng Signal. Jel Cayuna really trying to distribute her sets well.
Grabe confidence ni Gantler. Last couple of games. Ayan. Grade 1, row 1.
Gusto ko yung grade 1.
Section Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum talaga. In the meantime, sorry, wala ako anak na babae kaya hindi ko alam yung mga section ng girls' school. In the meantime, uy, ganda ng fake. Ganda ng play. Ganda ng kombinasyon.
Off the block.
Parang medyo bumitin pa doon si Jel Cayuna trying to get a blocker from Creamline para ma-delay lang yung block, but targeting down the line, that was Vanny Candler.
Mas maganda kombinasyon ng signal so far sa game. Now, timeout ng Creamline.
May solusyon palagi yan pag nasa kabila. Relax lang doon, nasa kabila. Hindi tayo maka-first attack. Yung mga sumusunod pa, nawawala tayo. Pwede naman bumawi doon eh. Okay? Combination pa tayo.
Stop! A1 Creamline!
Ang coaching ngayon, paano yung competition kung sino pinaka-cool na coach ngayon. Nung araw, kung sino yung pinakagalit.
Madaming ganito.
Kung sino ano ba naman kayo? Ngayon, hindi na, ang approach ngayon sa coaching. Sige, bawi lang. Sige, okay lang tayo. Pasa lang.
Relax lang.
Parehong ito eh. Si Shaq at saka si Sherwin, pareho sila ng tabas eh. Gia back on the floor. Pons taps it over. Although that does not work. What is Signal doing well dito sa first set, Panay?
Well, very relaxed na sila maglaro now, but then Jel Cayuna has been really activating all of her attackers.
I agree, tama.
And then yung sets niya, medyo nagde-delay siya ng sets, trying to at least get a blocker, the middle blockers specifically from Creamline para malate lang yung cross-court block nila.
Good point. And that has thrown off the defense. That's precarious, and Gia knew it. She grimaced when it left her hands, parang feeling, yeps.
And it was a bump set, actually, from Gia.
Hindi toss eh. Nung tinaas niya, nakita niya, yeps. Can I do it again? Alam mo naman si Gia takes pride in her work as this serve by Jackie Acuna is being played out down the middle. They need something from Carlos, actually, to get their game going. They now have their 14th point.
But this is still a comfortable 5-point lead from Signal.
We have Ella who's coming in for the first time. And she's there usually to serve. Kept in play by Pons. Set up for Valdez. Gadler is right there. Does she get it back? And Pons says, I have it. Reversed by Gia. And it's a kill block.
Again, Tots Carlos finding the hands of the blockers, swiping it off the down-the-line block.
And that'll bring the Creamline total to 15 against 19 by Signal. Signal has been generally in control of the scoring and the lead in this opening set. Mishit, but a bit of a cut shot from Santos, actually. Here comes Cayuna, sets Santos again, but Katindig reading it well. Santos tries it again and finds the open spot.
Sobrang bilis mag-adjust ni Erica Santos. Earlier, na-block siya sa down the line ni Eliza Valdez, but Jel Cayuna gave her another chance to find that seam in between two blockers.
Usually, the best player to give it to, yun na-block. Kasi mainit ang ulo nun, gusto makabawi agad.
Bawi agad.
Elevated, Valdez gets that to work.
Much needed point here for Creamline. Kanina 5 points ang lamang ng Signal, but this time 4 points ang kailangan nilang habulin.
It's Kyla Atienza now doing libero duties for Creamline. Valdez and Carlos both have 3-point seeds. Tots serve is too long, and that'll bring the total Signal to 21. Boy, so much at stake. You can actually buy some resting time, some downtime if you win this game actually. In the meantime, sa Sabado na laro agad, no? Pagka natapos ito kung sino yung matatalo, no?
So parang limited recovery lang also for both of these teams. And hindi yan magpapahinga because of course tomorrow training uli. Balik training to prepare for the next game.
Kahit anong mangyari. Kasi yung isa papasok sa semis. Tapos dadating ang Holy Week lahat. May mga training yan pero mas masarap humiga pa rin.
Oo, lalo na pag
Holy Week.
that's your only rest.
Yung Pasko, Holy Thursday, alam ko pwede magpa-training. Yung Good Friday talaga walang masyadong pupunta dyan.
Yes, wala. But meanwhile,
Naman, kasalanan na yun pag Good Friday. Tama na. 22. Not unless you play in the US. Then hindi naman Holy Week. Bea got that.
so this time, okay na yung mga setups ni
Yeah.
Gia for Bea de Leon because earlier hindi sila magkaabot kung anong tamang height for her. But we saw 2 back quicks na from BDL na na-convert niya into a point. So having more of those will really help Creamline.
And we have G. Rodriguez seeing action for the first time. She has served duties. Gadler. On 2 we go with Cayuna. The counter by Pons. Cutting big, skidding. One hand on it and Carlos. Parang siya si Iron Man. Kung pwede lang niya itaas uli, no?
Pero na-realize na nila nung after that first touch, hindi na makakakuha ng second ball yung teammates niya.
Parang feeling niya, ay, dapat dalawang kamay. Anyway, they tried. That's all that's important. Cayuna so far doing that with 7 excellent sets. Blanca, it's outside.
It's outside. That was a good decision from Nerva, just letting it go.
Gio will serve. Down by 4. Close to the net. You can tell what's going to happen.
Good anticipation from Pax Panaga. She saw that over ball, but minsan kailangan din mag-ingat dyan dahil pwede rin mag-reaching beyond, but that was a good anticipation from her. Timeout signal.
Si Coach Shaq naman.
Angat nyo lang sa gitna. Ready kayo mga wings. Naka-back row. Okay? Ready yan ha? Yun na muna. Basta huwag nyo lang itikit. Boy. Huwag nyo lang itikit na yung pasa. Okay, oh. Good tayo. 1 point lang muna. 1 point. Kuha tayo and then para makaikot maayos ha, makarap.
Bago yun, Shaq. 1 point muna. Okay, 1 pass. 1 point.
Point agad.
Kasi pag 1 point, set point na sila.
That's true also.
Eto na. Si Gia nasa likod. Nabigay na yung signal. I love watching the setters give the signal. Don't know all of them, but it's so much fun when it comes to fruition. That's inside. Claro.
Good set again from Cayuna. Take a look that nakalimutan ni Pons na meron pa palang Erica Santos on the opposite side.
And Santos has erupted for 5 points in this opening set. And we find Signal at set point at 24-20. Carlos blasts away. Cayuna. Nierva says, I got it. Carlos recycles and gets that to work.
So the attack of Creamline, they're trying to hit their balls off the block. So far, wala pa tayo masyadong nakikitang clean hits from them.
And we've got a timeout now.
Silang nakukuha sa atin yung mga palabas na ano ha. Pero ngayon ang focus muna. Receive muna maganda, pasok na maayos. Atake tayo. Attack over ha, attack over. Pagka medyo kargado, angat lang natin sa gitna. Discarte tayo sa auto system. Cover lang tayo ha. Kailangan kuha tayo ng puntos sa atake. Kasi cover natin. Kaya yan.
best place and best way to end the set is to do it via an attack. Can't wait for the error to happen on the other side of the floor.
But if you're Signal, I mean, from their timeout also, for them to be able to execute their plan, they need to have a good first ball.
Let's see.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Erica Santos getting the first set win for Signal by that opposite hit, finding the hands of Eliza Valdez.
And Pure Gold, always Panalo. Play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. So Pure Gold, always Panalo. First set ends at a 25-21 count. Erica Santos already with 6 points. Your second set comes your way wherever you are after this. Took them, wow, that long, huh? Kasi ang haba rin ng rally. 29 minutes before that was decided. Don't forget, you can join the PVL All-Star event by voting for your favorites. We'll tell you more about that as we sail along. In the meantime, not a dominant performance by Signal, but I would say a little more consistent than CREAMLINE in that opening set.
I agree with that, and we were expecting actually that this will be a blockbuster matchup and long rallies, high games, and we saw that during the first set, especially that Signal started really strong and they were able to sustain their momentum all the way until the end of that set. And we saw some good setups also from Angelica Yuna, really distributing her sets really well. And even we saw quick hits from them, and yun din yung nawala sa CREAMLINE, yung mga quick hits dahil nababantayan na yung mga open hitters nila and even the opposite hits. Kaya nahirapan din makakuha ng puntos itong CREAMLINE. And looking at the numbers, the errors actually medyo madami from both squad. CREAMLINE had 8 errors but Signal had 7. But hindi rin nakakuha ng mini run dito yung CREAMLINE Cool Smashers during the first set, because whenever they're in the service line, medyo nagkakaroon sila ng error doon whenever they had the chance na makadikit sa lamang ng Signal. So coming into this second set, a lot of them actually are good servers, but they just need to be more consistent at talking about the Cool Smashers, because so far Signal is playing really well.
Yeah, they're just flowing here. You can tell that they really prepared for this match. Santos leading the scoring parade for Signal with 6, Valdez with 3, and Carlos with 4. And let's see how Sherwin Meneses and CREAMLINE adjusts after losing that first set. The serve belongs to CREAMLINE. Gio will get us going here. It travels across the net slowly. Ang lalim tumira ni Santos. Ano? Talaga yung dulo. And that hits the antenna. It will be a point for Signal.
Yan, nauna tumama sa antenna yung open hit ni Pons.
Ramdam mo may pressure on CREAMLINE. Kasi last time, nung nag-duelo sila, to the max sila dinala ng Signal eh. So hindi madaling laban ito. Ito, kinaklaro nila kung sinong mag-serve. Mukhang okay naman. Sige, tuloy tayo. Jackie Acuña. Valdez. They'll take that. Kahit na miss-hit yun, okay na yan.
Yeah, hindi ganon kaganda yung contact ni Pangs Panaga sa quick hit, but still, a point is a point. And yan din yung nawala during the first set. It was majority of their hits came from their open hitter and opposite hitter. But this time, the middle attackers should step up.
Ramdam mo nung nadinig mo eh. O ito, buhay pa. Walang tawag si referee Celso. We play on, but this one is dead in the water. Signal with their second point.
Net defense of Signal is also working well for them.
Ramdam mo yung preparation ng Signal dito eh.
Bantay nila yung mga hitters ng Creamline, no? Mapa net defense man niya or on the floor.
Yan yung advantage na nakalaban mo yung isa na i-push mo sa dulo. Alam na natin to. Hindi ko sinasabi mananalo Signal yan, pero you know a little better how to deal with your opponent. As Cayuna sends it to Gandler. Hitting long. From the pie.
But tumama pa rin yun sa tape ng net, but still a point is a point. And they need that. Only one blocker, kaya din the delay din dito sa defense yung Signal.
Ponce has now collected 3 points. We are even Steven at 2 apiece. Panaga with Gandler receiving. Gandler gets back the set. Boy, malakas ng pumalo ito si Gandler.
Whenever she sees that space in the cross court, dun niya ididiin yung palo. But take a look at the position of the blockers also of Creamline. May gap in between and also bukas na bukas yung cross court.
Alam mo, when you see her on TV, might say, hindi naman ganun katangkaran. No, she's a tall woman. Tapos, alam mo, nagwe-weights ito ngayon. Dito mo, laki ng development ng shoulders. Eh, oh. Santos, the long ball hitter, and look at that burn. We can now go to Jules. Jules?
Seven Penang, you mentioned just how well Jel Cayuna has been setting up her attackers. And actually, that's the objective that she set for herself today. Ang sabi niya sa akin kanina, their last game was a wake-up call when it comes to their lapses. Pati na rin ang diskarte niya bilang setter. It revealed not just where they can improve, but more importantly, where their ability to bounce back. Last game was proof of how capable they are to shift tight situations in their favor. The past days, their training was intense and their mood is hopeful. And it is this very hope that they are holding on to as they work towards booking a semis ticket. And if you want to see more of Jel Cayuna and other PVL stars, voting is now online for the Volleyball All-Star Showcase. And you can cast your votes at pvl.ph/allstar. Back to you, Seven Penang.
Naimbag na Rabi, Candon. And we are going to visit Candon again for the All-Star celebration in May. We'll get more about that in just a while. Atienza sends it airborne. Valdez taps it against the block. We are in play. Gandler overcooks it.
She was going for that zone 5 angle. But medyo na late siya doon sa approach niya and her contact. There was not much spin on that attack. Now we're tied at 4.
And that was the key to the mistake, you know? The fact that she took off perhaps a half second late. Sampung mga daliri ni Bea de Leon. Gandler down on the floor but keeping it in play. Rejected chance. Hindi mamamatay kay Macandili. But look at this! Bea enjoying the moment.
This is the first time na lalamang yung Signal because earlier ng first set sila yung humahabol sa score ng Signal.
We have 3 straight points coming now from CREAMLINE, and they are in the lead by 1. Here's Tots. Jammed. Kept in play. Lifted Valdez.
There you go. She was facing cross court, but she saw that gap, the down the line block, and targeted that area. Erica Santos was not ready for the defense.
4-0 run by CREAMLINE. Tots Carlos still in the service zone.
Fortunately, a service error to end that run of CREAMLINE.
Doria Aquino will be serving. Valdez on 2.
1-2 play. Gia, take this one.
There you go, 1-2 play. Hindi na kailangan i-set up dahil ang laki na ng buta sa defense dito ng Signal.
Alam mo, manood ka ng mga video dati ni Gia when she was playing in Japan. She used to do that so often. And syempre, may element of surprise. In the meantime, hindi naman pwede lagi mong gagawin yan. Pero ito, it worked!
Maui din si Jel Cayuna with that 1-2 play.
We actually have two very good setters battling each other here. And now the serve will belong to one of those setters, Cayuna.
6 serving 7, Michelle Cayuna serving.
Look at what she has done so far. 7 yan kanina, ngayon 10 na. Bea De Leon, no firm contact. Santos and manages to kick it outside, and we are tied at 7.
It's actually hard to block Erica Santos kasi pag nakita niya na una yung blocker sa kanya, she will face down the line and find the hands of the blockers para block off.
Parang sinasabi niya, andiyan ka na? Ay, ganito gagawin ko. 3 ball given up here. Chance. Inside. And look at this. Signal stringing points together to get at the 8-point technical timeout mark ahead of CREAMLINE. Buti na lang Thursday ngayon, ano? Bakit? Nakikita namin ang mga kasama naming nag-UAAP kasi every Monday, every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, sila ay nandun sa UAAP Season 18. Mapapanood ninyo sa Pilipinas Live app, pati na rin sa UAAP Varsity Channel at sa One Sports because legends start here. In the meantime, some of those legends from the UAAP are on this floor right now. Hello, Gia. And Acuna still surprised by the fact that Gia got that. Look at the reaction of Acuna. I was there. Ando na ako eh.
Pero actually, iniwas ni Gia yung drop ball niya
exactly.
kay Acuna dahil hindi sumabay si Encarnacion for the block.
Exactly. 8-8. Tinaas, Santos. Patay ang linesman, hindi naman. Na-scorean outside, and it's now 9-8 CREAMLINE. If you're just joining us, the first set went the way of Signal 25-21. De Leon serving. Gandler receiving. Santos shooting. Master na master.
Yes. Kuhang-kuha niya yung off-the-block hits. And if you're the blocker, as much as possible ba, gusto mo isarado yung down the line and the cross-court of Erica Santos.
Ando na eh, no?
Pag nauna ka lang talaga, nakikita ni Erica yon, kaya ang dalid lang sa kanya yung mga off-the-block hits.
Kung ikaw nagbablock, maiinis ka. Parang sinasabi ni Erica, ganito gagawin natin, ha? Ready ka? Ganito gagawin natin. Samantala, CREAMLINE shooting long, scoring their 10th point.
Take a look at that. Back row hit from Tots Carlos.
Who now has 6 points. Earlier, before we hit the first technical timeout, it's a 3-0 run by Signal, and that's why they overtook Creamline there 8-7. Ooh, looks short. Parang mali ang bitaw ni Gia. I could tell from her expression ng hagis niya. Parang alam niya sasala. 10-all.
Pwede rin na she could be targeting short ball
Yeah.
because she knows how to target really well.
Ginagawa niya yan. Ay, mali. Mabi niya.
Nakulangan lang.
Kulangan lang. Bawi. Carlos gets the point back.
This time, second set, isahan lang tayo sa lamang because earlier na first set, as much as 4 points, lumamang yung Signal. This time, hindi pumapayag yung Creamline na lumayo ang lamang ng Super Spikers.
Trying to just keep in step here. Parang nagsha-shadow yung isa sa isa. Kayuna. You are incredible, Miss Santos. You're something else. 9 points already. The way she reads the game is so impressive.
And nakikita niya yung pwesto talaga ng blocker. She saw that the middle block from Creamline was a bit late during that last sequence and she targeted cross-court.
Absolutely. Good read. Gander has her hands on the ball. Valdez says, let's shoot. It's Encarnacion picking it up from the rear. De Guzman reads that cleanly. Here comes Valdez.
Again, Valdez targeting down the line. Earlier, we saw na yung defense position ng Signal was waiting for her cross-court hit.
Yeah.
But nahanap pa yun ni Valdez, yung maliit na gap na yon sa block.
Masembol eh. Kita mo para Avengers gumanon lahat eh, di ba?
Bumantay kagad sa cross-court.
Avengers assemble. 12-11. Long. Uh-oh. Net, scrape. Referee Velarde calling that. Walang aamin, no?
No, I think they were clarifying what was the violation. Was it a net touch or a foot fault?
So, may challenge, which is the first of the match. Notice ko kasi si referee Velarde right, but it could be also a foot fault. The challenge is more for clarification than anything else. Kasi nagulat yung player.
Lalo na, I mean, they still have 2 challenge cards, so might as well use it, especially na ganito na sobrang dikit yung start ng second set. And this is important also for Creamline na they are down by 1 set.
You know, sometimes being such a champion, it's hard to be Creamline at times. But they love it, they relish, they foot fault nga ang tawag. Ayun, hello.
Yeah, pag baba from the block.
Size 6 po. Why?
But sometimes that happens talaga, no? If you're the blocker, even the spiker, na pagbaba mo, after tumalon, yung pagkaikot, getting ready for the position.
Isipin mo nun kung walang challenge ng araw, di ba? Sino foot fault? Anong foot fault ka dyan?
Oo.
Ito, samanta.
Kaya madaming galit nung hindi lang yung coaches, pati yung players.
Nung araw, hindi pwede yung mga one pass. Yung cool dude coaching. Kailangan isigaw mo eh. Ay, lakas.
Yeah. Way outside.
Tabla po tayo sa 13, second set. And here's the familiar 2-woman sub of Sherwin Meneses. Gumabo hits the floor anew. Second time for this pair together with Negrito, who will now serve. We're tied at 13. Tap.
The violation is called against Creamline.
And referee Velarde, who was the second man, Eliza with their usual big smile. It is a challenge. Even our announcer could not announce the violation. He wasn't sure.
So the challenge is net fault because
Yeah, yeah.
earlier, well, we saw that the set was too near the net, and Encarnacion was trying to
Yeah.
save that ball, hopefully swipe off the hands of Gumabaw.
Tayo advantage natin kasi we can see the first referee who's facing camera side. Ano? It's a net ball challenge. Paningam that. Very correct.
So the players weren't sure, actually, and
Might as well challenge it. Here we go. Yun.
so there was a touch on the
By Signal.
Yes,
By
by signal. So the challenge is successful. The point will go to Creamline.
Bago yung
Hindi, yun yung ni-review eh. Binuo nga eh.
Ano?
Binuo. O, challenge ka.
Now, it's Signal trying to get a counter challenge in.
Challenge ka na lang ko. Ano? Wala ko. Let's go.
Referee Bobby Celso convincing Shaq De Los Santos, let's play on. Well, the play has already been decided on and reviewed. Hindi parang korte to na may appeal. Oh boy. Santos, so valuable. And she is in double figures with 10.
You could see the smarts of Santos earlier. I think that was the first time na mag-drop ball siya, no?
I
Because
think so.
she has been targeting long ball whenever she goes for that back row hit. Kaya naman yung defense ng Creamline waiting for a strong hit.
Valdez accepting. De Leon denied. Kept in play by Nierva. Cayuna straight into the waiting arms of Negrito. Valdez denied, but we play on. Flick to the other side. Gumabaw. Pinabol di Cayuna, makes it a set. Denied. Kept in play by Doria. Santos says, why is it still alive? Very long rally. Cayuna makes it a spike. Gumabaw sets. Santos right there. The strike.
That long rally ended with a kill block against two tall blockers of Creamline. That is De Leon and Michelle Gumabaw. Take a look at that out-of-system play. Bantay sarado yung
see,
hit na yon.
Encarnacion really was all dressed up with nowhere to go. And the serve now belongs to Eliza Valdez. They can be at the technical timeout mark ahead of Signal here. If they score here. Cayuna so flexible and so versatile. We're not to that 15.
So we're seeing a lot of 1-2 plays from both players. So it's important for them not to forget that they are in the front row. And they could easily do that if the first ball or defense is too near the net.
Alam mo, helpful din umi-score ka agad para umiksi yung mga rally. Diba? Nakakapagod kasi din sa player yan eh. Although they enjoy that, they like to keep that in play. Pons is not gonna go anywhere. Recycled offense. Pons says, let's try again. And this time, they succeed. And we hit the second technical timeout with Creamline ahead by 1, 16-15. We bring you back to the Smart Araneta Coliseum for this all-important day of qualifying round action in the All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League. Seb Sarmenta, we've got Paneng Teconics-Varter and Jules Israel under the baton of our director Al Neri. And it's 16-15. This is close and tight. This is not a game where you're just going to give it away or take it away. It'll be fought for with every toss and spike and every volley.
That's inside, down the line hit from Erica Santos.
What can she not do on that right flank? Spike of the set at sa inyo ng Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Kung si Erica po ang dadating sa bahay nyo, more than 1 dozen po dadalhin niya na spike of the set.
Medyo dumadami na. Second set pa lang tayo.
Nice counter. But floor defense so airtight in general for Signal. Valdez, Cayuna. Comes a set. Gandler, stretched for by Negrito. Nierva goes to Pons.
Wow.
Oh, what an angle.
That was a good one. It was not a strong hit, but a very good placement there from Bernadette Pons.
Broken na broken yung play.
Pinakawalan ni Encarnacion, but she was already in that position.
Lamang ang signal, rather ang CREAMLINE ng isa. Hirap kuminsan sundan kasi nag-alternate yung dalawang to. Ito na naman, Gandler. Got it to go. Ayan, tabla na naman.
Quick side out for Signal. Hindi nila hinahayaan lumaki ang lamang dito ng CREAMLINE.
Parang dikit lang. Dikit
Yes.
lang. Huwag kang bibitaw. Huwag mo pala lalamangin ng CREAMLINE ng dalawa, tatlo. We have a chance if we keep it very close. They took the first set. Keep that in mind. 25-21. Pons, very tight set. Oh, that'll give the lead back to Signal, 18-17.
Ito yung mga times na talagang nagsistep up si Vanny Gandler pag dikdikan na and then kailangan nila makakuha ng puntos. She's always ready, and especially this is a good front row for Signal. Erica Santos is in the opposite side.
Pons, Tinay! Gandado sarado. Doria getting that to not go through. And Signal has a 2-point lead. Watch this again.
Cross court, well guarded by Signal. Timeout here, CREAMLINE.
Kita, kita.
Okay, let's keep the energy up. Yeah, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Kaya pa yan?
Hello. Happy.
2-point lead by Signal here in the second set. Santos leading the scoring pattern for Signal with 11, Gandler with 8. Pons has 7. Pons keeps that in play. Here comes the set by Cayuna. Oh! And Gandler beginning to hum here. Gandler now with 9. Four to nothing run by Signal. Carlos. And we have a net violation. 18-20. Right there. Close in sight on that one from our lipstick camera. 2018. Santos. Cayuna says, get out of the way because we can still. It's already outside. It's declared outside, and suddenly that three-point lead has dissolved. And that's why Shaq De Los Santos wants to get his team to regroup here. Timeout by Signal.
Tayo, reset lang. Okay? Hoy, usap na lang kayo sa play. Okay? Maganda na yung ano natin, ha? Ayan, ladies. Endgame tayo, endgame, ha? 1 point at a time. Stay focused. Galingan pa natin. Enjoy natin yung ginagawa natin. Okay? Ha? Pasa muna. Alam niyo yung gagawin dyan, ha? Tapos, attack over lang tayo. Okay, coach. Kaya ko.
Shaq De Los Santos pressing the timeout buzzer because they were already in the lead, 20-17. But a pair of quick pair of points, rather by CREAMLINE, has slashed the lead down to just 1 and making the second set even more interesting than it already is. Gia whirling around.
Oh, that
is
was outside. But you could see also the intention of Gia de Guzman to set up Tots Carlos. Usually, opposite set. Nakatalikod siya back set. But that time, humarap siya kay Tots.
Dalawa ang lamang. Naka-wiggle out of that hole ang koponan ng Signal. Santos has serve in play. Valdez.
Wow! Don Katindig with the save.
Hindi ako nagugulat na ngayon. Pagka siya, parang normal, ano? Ito. Oh! Kung walang tao ron, tatabulin niya yun.
But earlier, I thought that Encarnacion was going to get that check ball, but naunahan pa siya ni Katindig on that one. But this time,
para sabi pa rin yung Joel, umalis ka dyan. Joel, umalis ka dyan. Akin yan. Regalo.
because of that regalo, tabla na tayo at 21. Kanina humahabol ng 2 points dito ang CREAMLINE. Eliza saw no one was there.
Might as well fill up that space. She has 7 points. Encarnacion. Santos. It's declared outside. Rare miss by Santos. It's CREAMLINE in the lead by 1. Will they challenge? Yes, they will.
They will challenge that last opposite or back row hit from Santos, whether it was ball in or ball out.
Santos already with 11, Gandhi with 9. It's close inside. CREAMLINE has the lead as of now, pending this challenge. It is out.
That was outside.
And the call will stay as originally decided upon. Giselle C will hit the court for Signal.
This double sub for Signal para makakuha sila ng full front row.
Gander. Marunong na rin gumamit ng kamay ito si Gander. When I say that, it's simply because you have to be a little more versatile with your hand angles. Lalo na at this level. Lalaki ng tao. Ang bibilis.
Ang tataas ng block.
Kailangan may gimmick ka rin eh. And she's learning how to play at that net even better. 22 all Valdez. Gander tosses it high. See. Oh, well done. That was well done by Giselle C at the center position. Look how long this is.
But actually, Doria Aquino, medyo nagulat pa doon because I think the set was a bit too low for her. But nagawa niya ng paraan yun, targeting long ball. Giving them a 1-point advantage. Timeout, CREAMLINE.
Kita lang. Sa akin, kita. Kita lang receive. Kita lang receive. Tingin ko sa advantage. Ha? Pag medyo alangan pasok lang. Block ulit tayo. Pero ngayon dapat maka-atake tayo. Gitna.
Hey, one, CREAMLINE!
mo, sa era ng social media, ayaw na rin ng coaches na masyadong quotable. Kasi ang bilis umikot eh. Diyan, nagwala si coach so-and-so. Nagalit. Pinagalitan yung player. Wala na. Hindi na rin nangyayari yun. Basta whatever works and the team is comfortable with it. Oh, tulis. Tabla!
And it all started with a good first ball. Yun yung sabi ni Coach Sherwin. As much as possible, sa gitna lang dalhin yung first ball. And they were able to do that, getting that point. We're tied at 23. Timeout here naman, Signal.
Tapos yung back row, ha? Okay? Oh, kapit lang, ha?
Pasa mo na. Sa ikot. Guys, papalo lahat.
Attack cover lang, ha? Pasa mo na maganda, attack and then cover, okay? Okay, let's go.
Let's go, Signal!
Jack De Los Santos has been preaching that simple message from the start of this game. Pasa, attack, cover.
Well, it all starts, mga setups na gano'n, is kailangan nila makakuha ng magandang first ball.
By the way, failed to mention that Chamzon is on the floor already for Signal. Here comes Carlos. Katindig. Giselle C. Candler. Valdez keeps it in play.
Wow!
Oh! Combination!
That was a good set play for Signal. Take a look at that. Akala mo yung set sa open hit ay sa middle attacker. Kaya naman sumabay yung middle block ng CREAMLINE, leaving Encarnacion with only one blocker.
And Signal is at set point, threatening to take a 2-set-to-love lead. Joust at the net. Valdez.
Valdez says not yet. Even though there was a parang over ball earlier na na-save ni Gia de Guzman, they were able to recycle that one and set up Eliza Valdez.
Nasanay na rin si GA yung mga joust na yun. Kasi dapat itulak mo yan eh. Hindi ka pwedeng maipit lang.
Yes.
Kailangan itulak mo yung bola. Down on the up. I thought it was on the floor. Still received well. Pons. And it is down. CREAMLINE at set point.
Extended second set. Much better defense here for CREAMLINE. And what a finish there by Bernadette Pons.
CREAMLINE at set point. Serving for the set.
Jel Cayuna and Erica Santos now back for Signal.
Setup job. Still alive. Jan, Alag, left in the air. Pons, Santos, Cayuna, drop, and they chase it. Pons shoots, block. De Guzman, Pons.
Pons! Drop ball!
You could hear the roar of the crowd after that long rally.
At ito ang ating Pure Gold. Always panalo play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. So Pure Gold, always panalo. Close and tight. Both sides experiencing, enjoying the set point arrival, but it is CREAMLINE that edges Signal 26-24. yung mga hindi pa kumakain, kumain na po kayo. Yung mga iba ang plano, ibahin nyo na ho kasi patagal-tagal na sayawan ito. Eh, tingnan mo naman, pati yung second set, dikit na dikit pa rin. Both sides enjoying the set point, umira lang ang Creamline at kumapit sila sa dulo.
Yes, doon natin nakita yung talagang kapit ng Creamline Cool Smashers. But the start of the second set, isahan lang yung lamang, no? Compared nung first set, ang layo ng lamang ng Signal. But Creamline was trying to play catch-up. But at least a better set there for the Cool Smashers. Talagang hindi sila bumitaw up until the end. Though at 20-point mark, no? Lumamang pa as much as 2 points ang Signal. But kumapit and humabol itong Creamline, and they were the one who had a better floor defense and of course a much better finish for their squad. There were a lot of good setups from Signal, but hindi kinaya, hindi nila nakuha yung second set na yon. That's why Creamline got that set to win.
Tingnan natin ang ilan sa mga numero na na-score. Tingnan mo naman, ha?
Well, lamang yung Creamline sa attack points with 18 points compared to 15 of a Signal. But I think the difference there was Creamline was able to minimize their errors because ng first set, may 8 errors yung nakuha nila. But this time, second set, only 5 errors from their squad.
Alam mo, nung umaandar yung first and second set, napag-usapan natin yung pagka-cool dude ng dalawang coaches. Gano'n naman talaga mag-coach ng dalawang ito, no, ha?
And as much as possible, no, relax na sila. We could hear it during the timeout, really waiting or giving specific instructions to their players. And you could see naman the players, how they respond to those instructions.
I guess so.
Nakukuha nila kagad. They were able to execute it right away. And that proved the maturity of not just the players but also everyone in the squad.
As we bring along Jules Israel. Jules, wala ka nang nare-report na nagalit si coach, ano? Mukhang cool dude ang ating mga mentors dito sa game na ito. Dol,
Yes,
napaka-intense ng laro, ano?
That's for sure. You know, Seven Panay, these coaches have distinct styles and it definitely affects how these teams play. You know, I had a chat with both coaches kanina. Si Coach Sherwin, sabi niya kanina, we need to stick to the system and I want a disciplined team. Kaya naman sa dugout ng Cool Smashers, they were very quiet, you know, locked in and focused. Meanwhile, si Coach Shaq naman, all he told me was, I want them to enjoy. Ayoko na marami silang iniisip kasi nagiging stiff yung galaw and that affects their movements. But you know, both coaches told me to respect their opponents. That's something I'm sure both coaches will agree on. And honestly, kitang-kita talaga siya in how these teams play and even their vibes in the dugout. What they bring to the table is definitely influenced by their mentors.
Absolutely. At saka tama ka, Jules, ano? Ayaw na rin maglagay ng layer ng stress pa. Mas stressful na nga yung game. Because you will play another game. The loser will still get to play another game. You have to remember, these are two teams that finish at the upper half of the team standings. So may isa pang game. Yung ibang teams na naglaro sa play-in, yung mga natalo, they, however, ended their conference already. We are underway with set number 3. Signal and Creamline. First point belongs to Creamline and so does the second.
Again, a good start here by Creamline. Now you could see the good connection between Gia de Guzman and her middle attackers. Clean, quick hit from Pangs Panaga, getting their second point of this set.
Ganda ng basa nito.
Na pwedeng mag-land, no, sa dulo ng court.
Basang-basa. So, paano nga ito? Yung in-explain mo kanina. So, laban ng Creamline at Signal, yung loser, lalabanan yung winner ng Choco at saka ng Galleries.
Yes.
2-1 ang score natin. Gandler, it does not cross. Uy! Yep, 3-1.
Point goes to Creamline.
No one tried to get that second touch.
3-7-1. Serving from Cool Smashers, Bernadette Pons.
Bernadette Pons serving. Long.
Oh, that was back-to-back service errors from Creamline, giving 3 points to Signal.
2 serving 3. The service zone, Erica Santos.
Santos will be serving. Valdez uncorks and scores.
Off the block, Eliza Valdez.
Now you could see Creamline having quick side outs, not allowing Signal to have a mini run.
Valdez has already pocketed 9 points. She is now the leading scorer with Carlos at 8. Gandler receiving. Doria tapping it over. Carlos, diagonal. Katindig makes it a set. Gandler shoots away. Problematic, but they got out of that hole. Alive. No whistle, we play on. Alive, we play on. I like the fact the ref's not blowing any whistle. And finally, it's long.
But yung sequence na yun, ang ganda ng coverage ng Signal because there were a lot of good blocks from Creamline. But unfortunately, it ended with that attack error.
Lahat gamit eh. Balikat, siko. Kung pwede pansipahin, sige.
Good ball pa rin yun.
Nakita ko yung kay Mars Alba eh.
I
Ni-reverse.
saw that too.
Ang ganda ng pagkaka-reverse eh. Ay, yung kay Mars, ulitin mo ha. 5-2. Gandler tosses it over. Carlos. Katindig. Doing katindig. It's outside.
Off the block.
Credit that point to the good save of Don Katindig. A pancake save.
Mahirap bumisita sa bahay ng mga katindig pag-almusal.
Puro pancake. But she was actually going for the drop ball, no? Kaya yung motion niya is parang deep bump defense, but medyo naiba yung direction kaya she went for that pancake.
Dumped by Cayuna on 2. Carlos on corks. Katindig checks the floor. Gandler makes it a strike. Elevated by Nierma. Katindig. Valdez wants it back. Let's try something else. Lolong Isip unable to contain it. Creamline by 3.
Now gumagana na. Lahat ng attackers ng Creamline, you could see the confidence in them. They were earlier in the first set, para medyo slow start for Creamline, but this time the momentum is on their side. They're up by 3 points for this set number 3.
Sets are tied at 1 apiece. Signal took the first. Creamline roaring back in the second. Santos shoots away. De Guzman tosses it. Handled well. Cayuna says, get out of there. Santos. Katindig, inabot kay Cayuna. Na pick up ni Gandler. Lalong isip. Carlos with a post. Valdez. Gandler. Lalong isip. Gets it to Bay.
Talagang diniin na lang ni Lalong Isip sa down the line. Bantay sarado na yung cross-court nila. Much better defense we're seeing now from the Cool Smashers. But she saw the gap in that cross-court block.
Alam mo kung sino ang creator dito? May gnashing of the teeth, determination to win this game, given how both teams want this so much. Oh!
Eliza Valdez hits zone 6.
Quick side out once again for Creamline. Courtesy of that spike from Eliza Valdez.
Which is her 10th point and the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan sa salubong na ang bayan. Pag si Eliza pumunta sa inyo, baka puro Bavarian ang daling mo. Gandler. Lalong isip. Scores again!
A good effort though from Tots Carlos. Hindi na nga lang niya naabutan yung off-the-block hit na yon ni Lalong Isip.
Maganda rin sa signal na iba rin yung score eh. Kasi Gandler's there, Santos, but if Lalong Isip can get something going, ooh, sloppy reception. You don't see that all the time. That is now 3 straight points coming, or 2 straight points coming from Signal. Kayuna. Katindig. Kayuna.
That one is outside.
The referee Celso checked on his linesman, and that'll make it 8-6. It is there a challenge?
Yes, there will be a block touch challenge. The players were signaling to their coaches that there was a block touch after that down the line hit of Erica Santos. This is a important point for Signal. They're down by 2 points.
Kaya tayo tumahimik din. Ito. Yes, there's a block touch. And that'll make it 7-all. Wala po tayo sa technical break. Buhay pa, hindi na. Nauna ang Signal sa technical timeout. 8-7. We will all be back after this.
Welcome back. You're watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference qualifying round live here at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. You know, after sitting out their last 2 games, Bernadette Pons is finally back in action for the Cool Smashers. And while sidelined, she noticed some tendencies of her squad, such as their unforced errors and not maximizing easy balls that come their way. You know, her return couldn't have come at a better time now that she has a chance to reach the semis with her team. Bernadette and the Cool Smashers admit this won't be an easy game, knowing their matchups with Signal in the past have been close, so there is no place for complacency in this match. Like how they played in that last set, CREAMLINE knows they have to continue to play with grit, wit, and absolutely no room for error. Now, if you want to see Bernadette Pons and other PVL stars, vote now for the All Volleyball Star Showcase at pvl.ph/allstar. Back to you, Seven Paneng.
Maraming salamat, Jules Israel, as we resume action. The shot of Lalong Isip is dug up from very down, kicked down. Nobody home on that play, on that cross. And it is CREAMLINE ahead after that 4-0 run earlier by Signal.
You could see na mas solid yung floor defense dito ng CREAMLINE comparing it to the first set. And nung second set, dun sila nagsimula.
Correct.
Na mas maayos yung pwesto nila and anticipation of the attack.
They allowed that to fly away. It is tied at 9. Katindig. Katindig.
Even though Katindig was there, waiting for the cross-court hit of Bernadette Pons, hindi ganun ka-okay yung steady yung defense niya doon. But you also heard kung gaano kalutong yung palo ni Bernadette Pons, no?
I'm sure yung second, binaon pa eh.
Mas madiin pa eh, yes.
Gandler. Nice toss rather. Valdez keeps it alive. De Guzman. And that dies in the water.
Kanina puro cross-court from Bernadette Pons, but this time changing her angle. Targeting down the line.
De Guzman will serve. Her team currently in front by 2. Top pass. Santos has to bump it over. De Guzman. Katindid keeps it in play. Santos.
Wow!
That is really sealed.
This time, nauna naman dito yung kill block ni Bernadette Pons, really guarding that well, yung down the line angle ni Erica Santos.
And Bernadette has 11 points, 9 attacks, 2 on the block. Timeout taken.
Ay, sasabi nga sa inyo, itong area na to, sarado na. Kailangan lumipat kayo ng atake. Pag wala nagbago dyan, same lang tayo ng ginagawa. Tapos walang kumukover. Kumover kayo, ha?
Discarte ko.
Currently, it's CREAMLINE with a 5-1 run, and they've scored 3 successive points. They're in the lead right now, 12-9, here in the third set of this all-important qualifying round battle. Winner advances right away to the semis. Gia serving. Cayuna setting. Gandler gets that to fall in.
You could hear in the timeout from Coach Shaq na ni-remind niya yung mga players niya no, na nag-adjust na rin sa defense itong CREAMLINE. Bantay sarado na yung mga angles ng attackers niya. So they need to change their angles and hopefully get a point from their down-the-line hits.
Gandler reaches for it. Cayuna lifted high. Gandler shoots away. Received by Valdez. Pons going to town here. And Pons already with 12 markers.
Pons is unstoppable here in the third set.
Out of her 12, she has drilled in 5 of them in this set, as you said.
Overball.
Look.
Hinayaan na lang ng signal na paluin yun ni Pangs Panaga because there was no effort as well from the blockers to at least block that overball.
Wala. 14-10. Ito yung CREAMLINE kasi kung bibigyan ng chance na umangat, they can go flow smoothly. Good combination play. Gandler delivering on the tap. 14-11 now.
Hindi na kailangan paluin pa yon dahil kahit na sumabay na yung mga blockers, diin na lang in the middle.
Erica Santos, who has now registered 13 points across her name. Gandler has the same number, but that serve goes strong.
Unfortunately, it was a chance for Signal na makahabol sa lamang ng CREAMLINE, but they weren't able to do that because of that error.
Yung mga ganun, yung error na ganun, parang may dumating na kamag-anak sa party na ayaw mong dumating. But they get that point back. Kasi pag nag-error sa serve, lahat nagtitinginan palayo. Ay.
But yun din, may nagtinginan din after that last sequence on who will get that ball.
Sino nag-imbita dyan? Okay. Gandler. Ala, yun na naman, oh. Dalawang service error na magkasunod, ah.
Yes.
Could have changed the mood of this third set. Back in a moment. Okay, welcome back. The 2026 MPTC Tour of Luzon is back, bigger, bolder, and tougher than ever. Local and international cyclists face a grueling 14-stage battle across 13 provinces and 5 regions. A 1,800-kilometer test of endurance, speed, and strategy. Don't miss a single moment. Catch all the action live on the Pilipinas Live app, also on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Did she get the corner? Yes, she did.
Yes, she did. After that second technical timeout, that was a good quick hit. Dory Aquino finding that corner.
One of our broadcasters and very good attorneys is a volleyball fan, attorney Romy Makalintag, who's watching. Thank you, sir, for enjoying the game with us. In the meantime, alam mo ang volleyball kasi all ages eh. Merong, nakita ko yung post ng Temica Reyes, yung lola, kinausap niya. I have a classmate who's also a lola. She's here right now watching the games. There are children shouting, "Go CREAMLINE!" Diba? So, iba't ibang ages enjoying the heart of volleyball. In the meantime, this one. Oh, tusok!
Sabi ni Valdez, tama na dahil naka 2-0 run na yung signal earlier.
Alyssa with 11. She's there in the service area. Don Katindig. Ooh, overcooked. It's a net scrape. It belongs. Wala daw, sabi ni Lalong Isip. Ka-challenge ba? Yeah, ka-challenge na.
Yeah, we saw na parang medyo gumalaw yung net. So we don't know if there was a net fault or yung bola tumama sa antena.
And we are so glad you're joining us, whether you're following on the different platforms and on Pilipinas Live, of course. And it's great volleyball season. There's UAAP volleyball, there's Spikers Turf volleyball as well. And it will all stop when Holy Week checks in. We all take a break.
1 week of no volleyball.
Naman, pahinga naman lahat. And it's time for reflection and peace and quiet. For me, it's time to clean the house again.
Lalo na lahat nasa bahay lang.
Yun ang na-miss ko actually. Of course, the pandemic had so many bad effects, but one thing I liked about the pandemic is staying at home and ang linis ng bahay ko noon.
Spotless.
Lahat ng kalat ko, maayos. Ngayon, galit na yung asawa ko uli sa akin. Wala na. Oh, 17-15.
After that successful challenge from Signal, because there was a net fault called on CREAMLINE.
Short serve. Valdez bumps it over. Oh,
Then quick side out. That was Bernadette Pons once again.
Who's going to town, painting it red, pink, and whatever colors available. Pons with a 13-point game. Valdez 11. Carlos with 9. Panaga with 7. Malapit sa net. Lalong Isip ended up crowded there. One more time around the block. Valdez says, let's lift it high. Whoa! Unstoppable! 14 points.
Unstoppable indeed, especially during this third set. Bernadette Pons changing her angles. Ididiin niya sa cross-court, tapos biglang magda-down the line. Kaya naman nahihirapan din maka-adjust dito ang Signal. They will call for a timeout.
Kanina, nakukuha natin lahat yan. Kaya na.
Dito ako. Maganon.
Oh. Ang ano lang natin, walang palo dito. Mag-adjust na kayo. Okay, hayaan mo na to. Dito muna, ha? Okay? Sige, adjust lang muna. Pag kayang kunin mo na. Kasi hindi na kayo pinapadaanan eh. Huwag mong baguhin dito kasi mas mahirapan tayo mag-ano dyan. Lagayin lang natin, ha? Okay, habo lang. 1 point na tayo, ha?
That's a chat on both their defensive alignment and the transition into offense there. And some of the blind spots and the empty areas were being discussed there. I heard the voice of Don Katindig actually. Parang sinasabi niya, somebody's missing in one or two places. But Shaq quickly retorted and said, we need to transition also more smoothly to our offense. Here comes that chance. Lalong basang-basa, no?
Yes, and diniin pa talaga ng blockers. Yung soft touch na yon ni Lalong Isip. Credit that to Pangs Panaga. So kanina pa nasa service line dito si Z. Rodriguez.
Alam mo to si Pangs Panaga, minsan di-drift, hindi mo nararamdaman, biglang i-score. Dalawa, tatlo. To Guzman, the other end. Gandler. Lalong Isip. It is a touch ball, and that'll be the 16th point of Signal.
A much-needed point to take away the momentum from CREAMLINE.
Lalong Isip serving. What a pickup, and it's still alive. Hooked over that time by Acuna. Oh, but that defense is fierce.
Hindi masyadong binibigyan ni Gia yung mga quick attackers niya. Kaya naman, parang nanguhula na lang din yung blockers ng Signal because they will expect that most of the balls will be given to Bernadette Pons. So you could see that there was only one blocker na sumabay doon kay Pangs Panaga.
And a service ace by the Guzman with her third point and first service ace.
That was a good service ace targeting down the line.
And they have a 6-point lead here in the third. Katindig zips it over Gandler. Katindig with a good cover. Santos reached for that time by Valdez. Alive, alive, alive. Gandler flies. Valdez keeps it in play. The draw, they missed.
Pinulang sa push. But good intention from Pons because the defense of Signal was waiting for a strong hit. Kaya ang layo ng abang nila sa bola.
May challenge ba?
Yes. Let's go.
Nasabi ko sa mga referee kung nagkikwentuhan. Napaka-ironic ng game natin, ano? Ginawa natin rally point yung system, 25 points at 15 points ang 50% para bumilis ang laro. Tapos pinasok natin ng challenge.
Humaba ang laro.
Di ba? But the point is, the challenge has clarified many things, ano? And has taken away those coaches who do not like the calls. Oh, watch this. Parang no. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nakita pa ng mga coaches yon. So that was a good and successful challenge by CREAMLINE.
Look at Shaq. Look at Shaq. Shaq de los Santos can't believe they lost that point. A challenge eh. Mahirap na-decide na eh. Oo, net. Touch, Panaga. Clear as day. That's crystal clear.
Dahil may halong gigil na yun eh. Dahil akala niya mag-overball na. Ganda ng anticipation niya. But Jel Cayuna was there for that one-handed set.
Kasi it could be a set point scenario na para sa kanila. But here we go. Acuna. Pons. Neutralized. Gandler. Denied. And we are at set point.
Pons was the one who got that kill block. Guarding that down the line very well. Check that. It was Bangs Panaga pala on the cross court.
10 points na si Panaga. Pons with 14, Valdez 11. So, bit of a spread out offense for Creamline. Katindig. Candler.
Oh, nice stretch from De Guzman. Chance here for Signal.
Candler, kombinasyon.
Oh, tough one.
Candler stretching. Cayuna twisting. Doria twisting as well. Cayuna says, ano ba? Ano ba gusto natin gawin? De Guzman. Valdez. Long and out. One set point save.
You could see medyo nagsiscramble sa defense ngayon ang Signal. But after that last open hit from Eliza Valdez, Creamline will call for a challenge. Lock touch challenge, if I'm not mistaken.
Pagka nagkakasarapan at dikit yung laro dito na dumadami yung challenge. Ginagamit din kasi ng mga coaches as a momentum pivot eh. Okay, kahit wala ko minsan, sige na, it's there, use it. Here it goes. Wala.
I think medyo malayo.
Malayo. Nasanay na ako nung bago yan. Uy, meron.
But unsuccessful challenge, though they're still on set point.
Cuatro, 18. Santos. Candler keeps it very much in flight. Carlos. Carlos got the deep corner. And we are done. Pure Gold, always Manalo. Play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. The Pure Gold, always Manalo. And it's a 2-1 lead by Creamline as they take this third 25-18. Kaya ako nagtatagal magsalita, ina-add ko yung minutes, haba, 29, 35, pinakamahaba. Kita naman sa score, 30 minutes. Wala, no? Tigka 30 minutes halos talaga. Bawat, kasi ang haba ng rallies,
But nung third set, hindi masyadong mahaba yung rallies.
Hindi makakapit yung signal na noon eh, no?
Yes, dahil nakakuha ng quick side out yung Creamline whenever na makakommit sila ng errors or points given to Signal. But ang ganda ng pinakita na floor defense ng Creamline Cool Smashers for that set. And na-identify yun ni Coach Shaq. That's why he reminded the players that this angle is already not working for their squad because Creamline already adjusted their position, guarding down the line. And the blockers as well. There were not much kill blocks for that set, but ang ganda ng check ball ng Creamline na mapapabagal yung dating ng bola sa kanila. And looking at the numbers for that set, lamang pa rin ang Creamline sa attack points with 15 attack points compared to 10 of Signal. And they were able to get 3 kill blocks and 1 service ace for that set. But like what I mentioned, mas solid floor defense and net defense meron doon ang Creamline. That's why they were able to get that third set win convincingly with 25-18 against Signal.
And here we go. Fourth set. Creamline can settle the issue right here, right now by taking this fourth. But if you're Signal, you already took the first set. You want to bite back here. Again, keep in mind, the winner moves ahead and goes into the semis. Loser goes on to play in those teams that were in the play-in. Grabe yung play-in, yung Capital One, hindi nakalusot. In the meantime, back to the action. Jamzon hits first for Signal.
She will be the second open hitter here for Signal. Talk about Jamzon.
Jamzon also saw some brief action earlier, but did not stay very long. First point, courtesy of her. Dug up. Katindig makes it a set for Gandler. Chased down by Pons. De Guzman. Carlos. Denied. We recycle. Ooh. Joust. Katindig. Oh, that's hit out. And Signal takes the first 2 points.
Even though the block was there, but Erica was still able to target that down the line.
Jamson, De Guzman, Pons. Bingo.
Same lang din yung ginawa ni Bernadette Pons, targeting down the line but waiting for the hands of the blocker to get that off the block hit.
Makapalo ng 20 ito si Pons tonight. 15 na eh.
Kaka-start pa lang natin ng set 4, so that's very possible for Pons.
And if you're Gia, you know who's hot here right now. Pons and her serve. Hello. Layunan nearly a step late. Gandler keeps it afloat. Back to her. Whips it in, but they still bandy it about and keeping it in play. Katindig, Kayuna, Gandler. One of those long rallies. Katindig. Santos. There's a check ball.
There was a check ball. It looked like the ball will sail outside, but still she was able to find that fingertips off the blockers.
3-1 tally here. Doria will be serving for Signal that is ahead by 2. Top of this fourth.
Oh! Miscommunication on the side of Creamline because Signal has been targeting Eliza Valdez since the start of this game.
Time to regroup with Sherwin Meneses and Creamline.
So dapat sa service receive lamang tayo. Huwag kayo mawala ng kumpiyansa sa serve. Dalawa na kayo sa serve baan nila eh. Ngayon pa ba tayo mahihilang? Okay. What's up na tayo? Hold on. Hey, one, Creamline!
Jules has a report.
For Erica Santos, a slow catch-up and a delayed comeback are the tendencies that they have to overcome if they want to book a ticket to the semis. They know how experienced the Cool Smashers are when it comes to crucial games such as this, and that's why their skills and strategy should be present, and they have to communicate well. What they need to fortify now is team effort, and that is moving in sync, playing with poise, and setting the game's tempo on their own terms. And now is their last chance at redemption, and the Super Spikers will attempt to take it. Now you have the chance to watch Erica Santos and other PVL stars by voting for the All-Star Volleyball Showcase at pvl.ph/allstar. Back to you, Seven Paneng.
You join that count because we want to hear from you and who you think should be in that great game. Pons, and look at this. It is 6-1 Signal, and fortunes changing here.
So the momentum has shifted to the side of Signal. Earlier in set 3, ang ganda na nilaro ng Creamline, but biglang bumagal naman yung laro nila dito coming to this set 4.
Valdez. Ooh, Doria. I think her shoulder managed to get in contact with the ball. Let's double check here. Yup, shoulder, left shoulder. 6-2. Panaga will be serving. Umabot si Kayuna. Tinaas ni Carlos. Naging set. Pumiga si Katindig. Ni-reverse ni Kayuna. Hello!
There you go. Kahit hindi ganun kataas yung set on the reverse for Santos, she was still able to find that zone 5. Take a look at that reverse again from Kayuna.
7-2 count. Santos serving.
Oh!
And we arrive at the first technical timeout of the fourth. Signal trying to stretch this to 5. It's 8-2. UAAP Season 88 Volleyball is in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Filipinos Live app. Also available on the UAAP Varsity channel and on One Sports, because legends start here. Erica Santos will be serving at 8 against 2. Valdez, the push. Nerva, Valdez. Boy. All she needed was a little space. She has 12.
So now Signal was actually using their strength whenever they go for the serve, because so far they are #1 and best serving team. So we're seeing that forcing Creamline na makakuha ng hindi magandang first ball. They have loaded serves now, talking about Signal.
Which was a concern of Sherwin Meneses, that they had to manage a little better Kayuna. Alam mo, ang galing ni Jel Kayuna. Pag alam niyang malapit sa net at front line siya, iuhulog na niya.
And hindi lang easy over, no? Talagang ididiin niya.
Ididiin niya para hindi na bumalik.
Take a look at that.
Kasi bakit mo ipipilit? Dikit ka na nga sa net. Tapos pahirapan mo pa yung spiker mo. Di ito mo na. Gumabaw.
And off the bench, getting her first point for this set #4.
She's happy.
Oh, that was a nice set. Negrito was already near her open hitter, but still able to find Gumabaw on the opposite.
Kayuna. Valdez. Negrito. Gumabaw. Read by Acuna. It crawls over the net. Negrito goes the other direction. Kept in play by Gandlers, playing good floor D here. That's gonna work.
Good adjustment from Bernadette Pons. Ang ganda na rin ng pwesto ng Signal waiting for cross-court hits. Kaya bukas na bukas naman yung zone 1 na yun.
Yeah, for the spike of the set. Brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Nicely kept in play by Negrito. Awkward shot, but still in play. Chamson. To the back row we go. Santos waiting, but Gandler shooting is long.
That was outside. Unti-unti nang umahabol dito ang Creamline sa lamang ng Signal. 3 points deficit now.
6-39.
Valdez. Gandler. Cayuna.
Oh,
Uh-oh, no chance to attack. It is the chance of Creamline, and they score.
capitalizing on that free ball from Signal. The Spikers were not ready on the side of the red shirts. So they don't need that now, especially this very important set 4.
And a 4-0 run by Creamline has slashed the deficit to 2. Timeout signal.
Subukan patakbuhin to. Sige, patakbuhin mo lang. Tapos patakbuhin mo lang. Pagka, di ba, binigyan mo. Binigyan mo lang bigyan. Okay?
Hindi sila yung pumupuntos sa atin, okay?
Oo.
Tara, balik tayo.
Up tayo na to, ha? Up tayo. O, saan mo na.
Signal!
You know, I love watching Dawn Katindig, and I love covering her because she does so many phenomenal things. But you know she's gonna coach someday. That voice. I heard that in Tina Salak when, okay, Eliza, pa-picture lang sa mama ko, please. Solid fan si mama sa Creamline.
Pa-birthday also for her mother.
Yes, that'll work for Jackie Acuna.
And they need that point. Ang laki na nung hinabol ng Creamline.
Yeah, 4 straight points kasi yung before that one by Acuna.
And pag binibigyan mo ng ganyan na momentum or chance yung kalaban mo, mas nabubuhayan sila eh. So if your Signal, because this set is important, sila yung humahabol. Kaya as much as possible, put the pressure on Creamline and get as much points as much as they can.
Kaya nga ng mga coaches, putulin na yan. Gumabaw has nowhere to go.
Points advantage now ang Signal. After that timeout, nakuha sila ng 2 straight points.
Hindi sa tubig nalunod si Gumabaw to, sa buhangin. Awkward na yung set, and she tried to keep it in play. 4-point lead now by Signal. Read by Tiamzon. Gandler partially deflected. Negrito. Gumabaw. Reached for. Out. Good read by Michelle.
And support also from her teammates. She was there trying to get that ball, but someone shouted that it's outside.
Kung kinuhahan niya, sasabihin mga kapatid, sinabi ng out eh.
And then, lalo na pag maingay, and then sobrang focus ka, di ba?
Nakakita ako ng ganyan, pinandilata ng mata eh. Kita mo yun, out? Ha? Oh!
Good serve! Biglang bumaba yung bola ni Bea De Leon.
Bea De Leon serving. They're down by 2. Close. Sabi niya.
I think that was the set play. Don Katindig really tried to receive that ball near the net, especially that Jel Cayuna is in the front
I
row.
agree. Now that you mention it. Hindi aksidente yun. Tinadya yun.
Dahil ang ganda na nung efficiency niya whenever she goes for that 1-2 play.
Tsaka quick point yun. But Cayuna now swings to the back row. Reverse. Gumabaw.
Quick side out for Creamline. Shell Gumabaw finding that down the line open. Malayo yung block for her.
2-point lead by Signal. They're embattled right now. Trying to keep the CREAMLINE team away. Wow, Doria.
I love that set from Jel Cayuna. There was a fake set or jump, parang delay on the jump. And biglang nakita niya doon si Doria. Be quick.
Santos with 18, Gandler 14, Doria Aquino with 8, Cayuna with 9. That's huge for a setter. Wow.
Well, CREAMLINE did the same thing with Negrito. Waiting for the approach of Pangs Panaga. Kaya mukhang sa kanya isa-set yung bola. You saw the two blockers sumabay sa approach ni Pangs, leaving only Bernadette Pons with no blockers.
And leaving her to score her 18th point. 13, 11. That is inside. Signal has managed to keep CREAMLINE in check.
They were waiting for that cross court. Laki o, dalawa yung nakabantay sa cross court na yon kay Erica Santos. And we know Santos, one of her strong angles also is down the line. Kaya ang hirap din iwan yun.
Oo nga naman. Hey, Doria's been a contributor. Gandler whips it inside.
There was a delay on the defense of CREAMLINE.
Gandler with 15 markers. 13 attacks, 1 block, 1 service ace. De Guzman. Carlos creates the score with the open spot delivery.
So they were going for that combination play, no? Where we saw it a lot of times. Wherein Gia, yung open hitters niya are opposite. Pinapaikot niya sa gitna, tapos doon niya sineset yung bola.
Yes.
Para mas malaki yung space ng attackers niya makuha ng long ball target.
We have it at 15-12. Reverse set of the hands. Pons is right there. De Guzman. Valdez wild and long. And we have arrived at technical timeout number 2, but wait a moment here. We have what looks like a challenge.
There's that open hit from Eliza Valdez.
Ano, net
Block touch. Mataas yung daan ng bola na yon. So there was no block touch and unsuccessful challenge from CREAMLINE. So that point will stay with Signal, giving them a 4-point advantage. We are at second technical timeout.
(16-12) count here. Signal hoping to stretch it to the max here. And why not? So important the game. Probably needs the full count here. Santos. Regalo. Hindi na baon. Valdez. Miss-hit. Tinaas ni Cayuna. Gandler hits long. She got a piece of a hand there.
Naabot pa yon ni Don Katindig. He was able to read that well. And set from Cayuna, medyo dikit pa yung bola. sa net, but she was able to set that up on one-handed set for Vani Gandler, giving them a 5-point advantage.
Off the block, Bea De Leon.
Bea De Leon with a quick hit.
Yep, making it 17-13. Alive and kicking. Creamline trying to stay in step, but they're behind by 4. This could be the crucial stretch here. Either we go 5 or we end right here. Let's see what Creamline does. Uh-oh, adjust. Adlib yun. Gandler. Oh, De Leon!
So far, unstoppable yung back quick ni Bea De Leon. So that's a good setup from Gia de Guzman. As much as possible, pinaghihiwalay niya yung mga attackers niya. Only
Correct,
2 front row hitters for her.
And she always is conscious where Bea is. I see them always conversing. Okay, ganito tayo. Carlos, solid. Cayuna with a quick look at the other end. That's inside.
That was inside. From the back row, Erica Santos targeting long ball.
Alam mo, napaka-importante ng laro. Ang daming nagte-text sa'yo, ang daming nagme-message. Nanggugulo kayo. Huwag kayo magulo muna. 18-14. And we like the fact that you're watching. Thank you very much. Talayon.
There you go. At this later stretch of this set, Gia already activating Bea De Leon. Unstoppable so far. Hindi makahabol yung mga blockers ng Signal. So that's a good sign for Creamline.
Parang sinasabi ni Gia, let's get some quick points here para makadikit tayo kagad. Valdez has played practically the entire game. It's been brought out very rarely here. Gia.
Oh, still alive!
Cayuna. Uh-oh. Hello.
So that's the thing. Earlier, we see Gia de Guzman really going for that 1-2 play. Kaya naman sumabay si Tintiam Zondon when she went for the jump set because she thought that she will go for that drop ball. But she saw Bea De Leon waiting for the quick hit. And they were able to execute that really well. They're only down by 2 points now.
Erin Pangilinan seeing action for the first time here. Cut shot by Santos. Toss to the other end. Gandler kneeling down. Chamzon. Playable. Carlos. Kicked up by Santos. Gandler. Up and alive. Block.
Good anticipation on the net. Take a look at that block point down the line.
Challenge tayo.
What will the challenge be? Net fault.
Challenge. Mahaba masyado yung rally. Napitin kami.
Not enough daw yung haba ng rally.
Alam nyo ba? Pero alam mo tayo, tayong na ikaw dati kang player. Masaya yan. Bakit hindi? Maganda yan. Yung energy nakita. Pero yung mga player hindi humihinga niya. Diba?
No time to breathe.
Pigil puso yan. Kaya madalas, as we always said, sa error nagtatapos yan. Kasi, ito. Net fault pa. Parang no. And the point will stay with Signal.
Unsuccessful challenge. The point will stay with Signal, giving them a 3-point advantage now. 19 serving 16.
Parang pinahinga lang ni Sherwin. Hinga. Refocus. Here's Pangilinan. Wow. They're trying to come back and roar back here. De Leon with 9.
Well, you can hear Bea really shouting to Gia na hinihingi niya talaga yung set.
Akin na.
She's unstoppable. Talking about Bea De Leon. And ang ganda ng mga quick hits niya for this set.
The last 5 points have been all De Leon.
So that's a good one.
Naputasan sila sa likod.
Nakita, ikayo na yun. May mga 1-2 play na ganyan, no? Kahit Ang layo ng push. Targeting corner pocket of CREAMLINE.
Boy, what a fourth set, 2017. Mierda. Oh!
Quick attack, pass, Panaga.
Panaga joins the party now with 12.
There you go. So, ang dami na natin quick hits na nakikita ngayon from CREAMLINE.
Ito yung fully activated front line. In full motion, Gia. Oh.
Toss down the line.
Was inside. So this is also a strong front row for Signal with Vanny Gandler and Erica Santos.
Who now has 21, huh?
Both left and right.
Oo nga. May kanyon sa kaliwa, may kanyon sa kanan. Long. Ah, well done. Panaga joining the fun. They're down by 2.
Gia already knew na hindi nakakasabay yung mga middle blockers ng Signal sa kanyang mga middle attackers. So whenever they get that good first ball, hinahanap niya kagad yung kanyang middles.
Cayuna has already given the signal for the next play. Bull.
Oh, this is a tight one.
Broken play to. Pero ginawa ng paraan ni Gandler.
But sayang because pag nakita mo na yung mga ganun na pwesto ng mga attackers na hindi na nila papaluin, usually hindi na yung binablock dahil doon pa nakakakuha ng puntos pag nahawakan ng blockers na hindi ganun ka-okay yung position.
22-19 po tayo. That is...
Off the block,
Okay, that
Eliza
works.
Valdez.
Off the block hit from Eliza Valdez.
They stay close, 22-20.
Oh, what a serve!
Very short, no? Very strategic and very long. But there's a check.
There was a check ball. So si Jel talagang pumuporsyento na ngayon at the latter part of this set. Erica Santos has the hot hands.
And she has produced 22 points. Block. Gandler. Sharp. Contained. Santos with a hand on it. Pushed over by Tiamzon. Tiamzon out of position.
Free ball, automatic, quick hit for CREAMLINE. Take a look at that again.
Signal will utilize a break.
Okay yung play, pagandahin lang natin. Kailangan tumaas yung percentage sa pupuntas tayo sa play. Okay lang yun. Kasi late na yung blocker talaga, nalilate talaga sila. Okay? Ha?
Okay, basta tayo. Kunin natin.
Ay, saan nila pinapalo yung bola dito sa likod? Oo. Ano gagawin natin nandito? Tayain nyo na, magulang na kayo. Ha? Okay. 1 point muna. Up tayo ng 2, pero 1 point. Kuha muna tayo ng 2. 1 point, okay? Focus lang ulit.
Signal! Super!
Sabi nga ni Roger Federer, you play the next point as Mr. Ricky Palou looks on. You know, way back when this Sports Vision group was doing the old Shakey's V League, they were just trying to build an audience. And then suddenly volleyball, sabay sa UAAP just exploded. 23-20. Oh! Aray, and set point ang Signal.
Fortunate error there from CREAMLINE. And sila naman ngayon tatawag ng timeout. They are down by 3 points because Signal is at set point now.
Yep.
Let's listen in.
They will try to freeze the server.
Doon na tayo mag-focus. Mamaya na yung mamaya na yung one stop. mag-atake muna tayo. Tulungan mo lang si Eliza dito. Dito tayo mag-play.
Cover tayo, ha?
Let's go! Hey, one, CREAMLINE!
Napaka-challenging pag 24 na yung kabila. Tapos sasabihin ng coach, sige, malayo pa yan. Minsan hindi eh.
Mapapaisip ka, malayo ba talaga? Pero kaya eh. Because during
Oo
training,
naman.
there were a lot of times.
May drill yan eh. 24-21, laro kayo. O, ang drill eh, 2 for 1.
Yes.
Di ba?
Even as much as 3.
3 for 1, pwede rin. Hello, hello. Kuntik matapos dun. Johnson, nowhere to go. Santos, Carlos checking that. Aha! CREAMLINE takes the blow.
They were able to save that. It was almost a service ace earlier, but it all ended there with a open hit from Eliza Valdez. And now she's getting ready to serve for CREAMLINE. So if you're Signal, as much as possible, have a good first ball.
Valdez with a 14-point game. Gandler on the receiving end. Comes on. Carlos. De Guzman. Pons jumps on. Katindig says, get out of the way. Carlos. Katindig repelled, but in play. Comes on. And Signal will stretches to the max.
Well, during their games against no preliminaries, nag-5 sets sila. So this time, at this important game, 5 set ulit tayo.
Pure Gold, always panalo. Play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. So Pure Gold, always panalo. Why not? Why not? Let's go all the way. We will be back. Okay, that's the full set count. We are tied all together. 2 sets apiece. Ang haba ng bawat set. Almost half hour bawat isa pa na yung ano, ha?
And of course, we saw a lot of long rallies as well. But set 4, talagang bumawi dito yung Signal because they didn't have a good play during this set 3. But they had a good start nung set 4. Ang laki kagad ng lamang nila for that set. And nahirapan makahabol dito yung CREAMLINE earlier. But at the latter part of that set, dun na sila nakakahabol, especially activating the middle attackers. But Signal didn't allow CREAMLINE to win that set. Sila naman yung kumapit doon at the latter part of set 4. So they were able to win that 25-22. But looking at the numbers, halos dikit lang tayo sa attack points. Signal had 19 compared to 20 of CREAMLINE, but they were able to get kill block, service aces, and minimize their error to only 1 error for set 4.
Ano kaya hindi ko ipasa kay Jules? Naka-freeze lahat sila doon, ano? Ano kaya, di ba, yung si Sinjin at saka yung mga, nag-aantay yun, kawawa naman sila, kawawa naman. Sige, Jules, start talking.
Familiar rivals but unfamiliar stakes. Semi-final security and sudden death uncertainty. But the question is, who will write the sequel tonight? Welcome to the PVL All-Filipino Conference qualifying round. This is the 5th set. It's the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers versus the CIGNAL Super Spikers. Keep on watching.
Alam mo, anak, mali ka ng karir eh.
Pang pageant.
Ah, pang pageant. This is Binibining Pilipinas 2026. Diba? Mali karir. Mali.
But we are going now to a 5th set.
Yung walang mali doon. Dati, uso yan yung cam-mate, yung camera na tumataas. Bano ako doon. Every time I'm on that, Hindi ko makuha ko. Lagi akong take 2, take 3. Ito. Ngayon, natabla na nila. No? So what's gonna give here pa rin? Sino ang magkakaroon ng edge? Kasi ang hirap basahin. Parang match na match yung dalawa tonight.
Yeah, parang hirap sabihin nun, no? But, I mean, during the pregame pa lang, and we are expecting this game to be a big game. And parang final showdown na nga because the intensity. Dahil ang haba ng rallies, both teams are really not giving up, not making it easy for their opponents. But for this set number 5, this is just a short set until 15 only unless mag-extend pa tayo.
But it's been a competitive 5-set. Yung mga 5 sets na parang natutulog. Di ba? Yung mabagal
yes.
or mabagal. Boy, this woman is doing a little of everything. And she even sends it into the air. Gandler. Dito ayaw mo pa bagsakin yung bola. And Santos makes them pay.
For 5th set, ang pinaka-importante dito is makakuha ng magandang run ng either squad. And this time, Signal getting the first point of the set.
First set going the way of Signal 25-21. Second set 26-24 for the other side. And muntik nang maging straight sets up 3 straight. And Signal ang Creamline pero hindi. Bumawi ang Signal. And here we are. Wow, that's gonna count.
Medyo malayo yung coverage on the side of Creamline. Good start for the Signal Super Spikers, getting a two-point lead now, getting the first 2 points of this set.
Which is going to be important because ang 5th set na 15, mabilis lang yan. Ha? Mahirap pag nalamangan ka ng maaga.
Yes. But going back to their game nung preliminaries, nag-5th set din sila, but extended naman yung set na yon.
Parang ayaw matapos yun. Kayuna. Carlos diving. Gandler stretching and Katindig colliding. It's still in play. Everybody reassembling now. De Leon, Katindig says no way. Santos drills it in.
Credit the effort of the Super Spikers, really scrambling for defense, but the most important part is they were able to position themselves right away and anticipate the set play of Creamline. And Erica Santos there on the opposite, always ready to get a point for their squad.
It was more relief than anything for Erica. Nung na-score niya, di ba? Hindi wow, di ba? 4-0. Creamline will use a timeout as they have been blunt here in the first 4 points of set number 5.
Kaya na ma-receive, di ba? Kaya dito ka na pag-ganyan ka. Para si Pons dito. Let's go! Ready dito, ha? Let's go! Let's go! Okay!
Anybody's match, but Signal with 2 big steps forward. In fact, a 4-0 lead. Chamzon. Bawi-bawi.
There you go, because they had a good first ball, and yung mga quick hits na yan was proven to be effective for Creamline during the previous set.
Anyway, it's 4-1. Gandler, got it!
Inside, down the line, finding that open from the down the line block of Creamline.
Ang hirap ng angulo ni Bani na yun, ha? Not her usual fare. Yung physical strength ni Gandler nagbago, no? Talagang, alam mong nagpuputi ng extra work, eh. Oh, but look at the counter. Panaga burning them on the other side. Or is it Pons? Let's be check here. It is Pons. As it is the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Now doing that combination play again for Creamline.
Ganda ng set.
But the
Jammed,
block
however,
was there.
Yeah.
So pag nabibitin yung set kay Erica Santos, take a look at how far she was from the antenna. Ang angle niya talaga is cross-court right away. But the blockers of Creamline was already guarding that cross-court. Kaya nahirapan din si Erica to target down the line.
Para masikip na masyado, no? In the meantime, Creamline trying to get this across. Pons and Katindig just whips it back into action. Gandler, it's off the block of the hands of Carlos. Carlos unloads, but overcooks it. Now, Signal with the lead at 6-3.
There was no block touch.
Santos. Pons. Ooh, Carlos with 2 misses.
So this is tough for Creamline, giving 3 points to Signal. Kanina lumalapit na sila sa lamang ng Signal, but this time 4 points ang kailangan nilang habulin.
This is a nice situation. Do you go back to Tots if you're Gio? No? She mixes it up. Out of reach. Because Pons has been prolific in this game. It's been quite a production line with 20 points.
3 points advantage meron pa rin dito ang Signal. But with Erica Santos at the back row, you could see her na signaling kay Jel Cayuna na she's ready for the back row whenever she needs.
Hijack. Gandler.
Ang layo ng coverage ng Signal.
Oh, yes. And we'll change sides. No libero inside because she was too far away. Jules will join us as we make the crossover. Jules?
Sev and Penang, these two teams on the floor right now still have unfinished business. And now that they've pushed each other to the limit, let me fill you in on what went on in their huddle. Coach Sherwin told the Creamline Cool Smashers to go back to basics, to fix their service and reception, as well as focus on their blockings. While on the other hand, Coach Shaq de los Santos told the Signal Super Spikers to play with confidence and to execute with teamwork. It's anyone's game, and it all boils down to who wants to secure that semi-final slot even more. 7 Panay.
Thank you very much. And with the way things are cooking here, Signal is 6 points away from booking that first semi-spot.
But Creamline is slowly getting near the score of Signal.
Then that last point, checking that, went the Creamline way. It is 8-5. Both teams separated by 3 points. Halain mo, baka nakakuha yun. Swerte yan. Pagka ganun, jump zone. Long and out.
But grabe yung save na yun, na tumawid sa net yung back row ni Erica Santos, but the defense of Creamline was there.
This is interesting. Ordiales will check in. That's Jessa. I think this is the second time she's on the floor. Giselle C will also get the call from Shaq de los Santos. Gandler too close to the net.
Yeah, because Giselle C was on the back row and she touched that ball na nag-over sa net.
Challenge.
Reaching beyond the challenge. Important point to, no? Dahil pag unsuccessful ito, the point will go to Creamline. And So yung magiging laman na lang ng Signal, 1 point na lang ang inaalagaan nila. Unsuccessful. There was no reaching beyond committed by the middle blocker of a CREAMLINE. So this time, Signal will call for a timeout to talk things out.
Ngayon, medyo nasa kilim mo. Agawin natin. Kuha tayong momentum. Pasok mo natin. Baka lang set play. Attack over lang tayo. Wala tayong masyadong iingatan. Kailangan yung pangutos. Pag-block defense na tayo. Okay? Pasa muna. Atake na maayos, ha?
Specific instructions by Coach Shaq. They need to have a good first ball now to be able to execute the play.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Tension Theater.
That was a short pass.
Oh, that's in. I think Champion got it.
Yes, it was inside. Then Chamzon was able,
Kanina pa niya sinusubukan yan eh.
yung cross court na ganyan, no?
Oh. Ano ito eh, Interlasal or Ateneo reunion itong nangyari dito eh, no? Some quality players from those two programs. Parang ano, workout lang. In the meantime, Acuna with the other schools as well. This, got it!
Ang ganda na silip doon ni Gia de Guzman. Pinaikot niya yung middle attacker niya and si Tots Carlos for the middle and trying to go for the combination play. And sumunod yung mga blockers doon ng Signal. Kaya naman naiwan lang isang blocker kay Eliza Valdez.
16 points by Eliza Valdez. Negrito. Uh-oh. Delayed release, huh? Oh! Johnson beginning to percolate!
Same angle, cross court. Take a look at that again. Ang layo ng position ng blockers. Take a look. Sarado yung down the line and dumikit din si Bea dun sa down the line block. Kaya naman ang laki ng space doon sa cross court.
Nilihis eh. And that's split-second decision making, ano?
And also for the adjustments of the blockers.
Yeah. Valdez is here. 17 points.
Combination play. And effective din yan for CREAMLINE dahil pinapaikot nila yung mga attackers nila, yung open hitters. Kaya one blocker lang yung sumasabay sa kanila in the middle. Ang laki ng space for them to target both corners of the court of Signal.
Eliza. Dig. Santos will overcook. We're tied at 10. They will challenge though. At this point, the challenge, whether it's right or not, doesn't matter. It gives the players a chance to breathe, actually.
And minsan yung mga maninipis na mga palo na gano'n, hindi rin nararamdaman ng blockers kung meron man or wala.
Diba? So it's a strategic move. And if you can use it, why not?
Yes.
The tension is so thick, you can actually cut it.
So pag nakuha to ng CREAMLINE, we will be tied at 10 points. So let's take a look.
Layo eh.
Unsuccessful challenge. Point will go to CREAMLINE Cool Smashers. We are tied at 10. Pressure packed last stretch of the 5th set.
Signal had a 4-point lead earlier, but that didn't last very long. A big cluster counter by CREAMLINE. Alive. Back row spin by Atienza. Pons calculates. It's in the air. Cayuna says get out of the way. Go to Santos. Block. Santos keeps it alive. Cayuna reverses. The shot by Gandler. It's also alive. Pons. We are going to take a while here. Cayuna will go to Tianzon. What a recovery. What a game by Tianzon.
That was the third time she targeted that cross court. And it was not an easy ball. That was a lot of long rally.
She has produced 6 points, 4 of them in this set.
So it's already identified that the strong angle of Tianzon is the cross court. But the blockers of CREAMLINE are still blocking or going on the down the line angle of her.
Saka napaka-storybook ng pangalan niya, Ernestine.
Very whimsical.
Yeah. Wow, that's out. 2-point lead by Signal. Nail-biter here at the Araneta. Timeout, CREAMLINE.
Bea, hingi ng bola. Tulungan mo lang si Poncho. Okay, tsaka si Der dito. Okay. 1 point lang tayo. Magtatatlong smasher pa tayo.
Pagdating pag fifth set, ganyan yung score. Yan ay so near yet so far. If you're Signal, those 3 points are so far away. Napakahirap buhin yan na you need a perfect game to close this, especially against a team like CREAMLINE. That knows how to score. That knows how to score.
And a good timeout by CREAMLINE. And a very good response from their squad getting that point.
1 point affair. Then Sus is in to serve. Inside. Santos takes care of business there with 26 points.
Take a look what happened there again. Si Pangs humabol dun sa middle attacker ng Signal, but she was still able to do to get the block. One side step, but late na.
Konting kembot na lang, tapos na ito. Sino ang kekembot sa dulo? Tingnan natin. Negrito. Gumabaw.
Good set on the reverse from Negrito. It was a low and fast set for Michelle Gumabaw and only one blocker in front of her.
Alam mo, Michelle Gumabaw is a good person, a player to have in these crucial clutch situations. Fighter yan eh. Make grit yan eh. Time out taken.
So yung magano ng play. O yung effective na ginagawa natin. Pasa muna ulit. Attack over ha. Una muna, attack over. Okay? Pasa muna. Kailangan lang. Focus muna sa pasa. Kapag hindi kayang ibigay ng milestone, dalhin nyo lang sa gitna. Ready ang wing. Attack over tayo ha. Ay, kailangan.
Anybody's game ito.
Yes.
Anybody's game ito.
Parang dalawahan na lang, no? I mean, 2 points kailangan ng Signal to close this match, but CREAMLINE needs to get a point para mag-tie and another point para makalamang.
This game now going close to 3 hours, really.
Para naman hindi halata
Hindi
sa mga
halata.
players.
Hindi ko nararamdaman.
Kaya pa nila.
Yung announcer, hindi ko alam. Ako lalo na. Katabi ko, okay lang. Nasa condition to, nagte-tennis ito eh. 13-12.
And there you go. Good first ball. Vanny Gander has the hot hands for Signal.
And we are at match point.
And Between two blockers.
Attack. Carlos gets it.
Not yet, says CREAMLINE.
Yep, and they will serve with Pons doing that.
If you're CREAMLINE, make sure that serve will go in. And if you're the blockers, as much as possible, makakuha ng block touch para mapabagal yung dating sa side nila, ng bola sa side nila.
Gandler. Kayunag. Gandler. Alive. No whistle. We play on. Gandler. Challenge. In the middle of the play.
There's a challenge by CREAMLINE in the middle of the rally.
Pressure pack. Last moments of the fifth set.
If this is successful,
It will be tied at 14.
oo. Pag unsuccessful, we can play it, so we will replay a point, you know?
But after that last hit, it looked like it didn't go over the net. But let's wait for the official review.
I will await the decision. Huh? I know when it's... look at this. We are tied at 14. Race to 2. Signal trying to counter back. Predominantly CREAMLINE crowd trying to disagree here.
Yun na yun. Yun na yung pinakamalinaw.
We are tied at 14. Extended fifth set.
Why not? Parang last time, you know? Signal gets its second match point.
Quick side out, of course, Vanny Gandler finding the arms of the blockers. Getting that match point once again.
Slugger din ito si Gandler. Oh.
And you could see her.
Quick hitter na siya, no?
Yes.
To Valdez. Will fire. And it goes through. We are tied again.
Tied again at 15. Tumawid pa sa net.
Oo. Kala ko hindi tatawid. 2 match points saved by CREAMLINE. Panaga.
Oh, what a time to commit a service error.
Match point again. Late yung sub eh.
Yes, late yung call ng sub. So they will not allow that.
Aquino, third match point. Attack mode, Valdez. It is out, and that'll do it. Signal will be in the semifinals of the All-Filipino Conference unless this challenge will hold. Seems anticlimactic though.
If ever maging successful to, no?
No, ibig sabihin, kung denied, di ba, nagdidiwang na yung isa
Yes,
di ba?
yes.
Ako, I am a firm believer on championship night. Pag championship point, dapat wala na yung ano. Kung Reyes did that, na hindi na niya challenge. Layo eh, oh. layo.
Yes, no block touch, unsuccessful challenge. So, semifinals ticket given to the Signal Super Spikers.
And yes, they will be in the semifinals. Just like PLDT, I think won against Warm Fresh earlier tonight.
That's right, but let's take a look at what happened there.
Pure Gold, always panalo. Play of the set brought to you by Pure Gold. So Pure Gold, always panalo. What a game. But what a game by these two very, very gutsy teams. They both wanted it, but only one will have to win here tonight. We'll take a short break and wrap this up very shortly. Okay, our panel director Larry Diang signaling to Paneng and I, finish this. And the Signal Spikers are into the semifinals at 17-15 in the fifth. So what a dramatic game this was. Jules Israel, take it away with our best player of the game. Ang best player natin ay ang setter, Paneng.
That's right. Go ahead, Jules.
Welcome back to the semi-final Signal Super Spikers! I'm here with our standout player, Jel Cayuna, who put up 35 excellent sets and 11 points. And of course, her teammates are showing her so much love. Congratulations once again, Jel! Nakausap kita kanina at ang sabi mo sa akin, mas madiskarte ang laro mo today. So, paano mo yun ginawa?
Sorry, hindi ko narinig, pero magpapasalamat na lang ako sa teammates ko kasi grabe yung kapit talaga. And yung coaches, yung effort nila sa training kahapon, grabe talaga, binigay talaga nila lahat. And binigay nila sa amin lahat ng discard strategy para sa game na to. And ayun apply namin kanina and sobrang thankful ako sa bawat isa talaga kasi kinapitan talaga namin.
Kitang-kita talaga yung kapit at hustle nyo kanina. Galing kayong talo last game. At ngayon, ano ang natutunan nyo at dadalhin nyo sa semifinals?
Siguro yung kapag pressured game na, kunwari crucial, talagang na-overcome na namin siya. And ayun, yun yung dadalhin namin sa semis.
For sure. And Jel, alam namin na hindi naging madali para makuha ang semifinals ticket na to. Para kanina mo to ginagawa? Para kanina nyo to ginagawa?
Siyempre sa family ko, sa nanay ko, and siyempre sa mga teammates ko, coaches, and sa lahat ng sumuporta namin, and siyempre sa management na patuloy pa rin kaming sinusuportahan ng gabi.
At ano ang makita ng ating PVL fans during the semifinals sa Signal?
Yun lang. Yun po, magtatrabaho pa po kami para mas may maibigay pa kami magandang laban at mag-enjoy po ang PVL fans, lahat ng supporters. Ayun.
Aabangan namin yan, Jel. Congratulations ulit sa'yo at pati sa Signal Super Spikers. Let's wrap this match up, Sev and Paneng.
Thank you very much, Jules. And we'd like to congratulate Signal for winning this particular match. Paneng, take us through this qualifying round kung ano nangyari. Yan na, mga nanalo. Ang winner. Pumasok na. Naku, Diyos ko, bakbakan pala yun.
Yan, nakadalawa na. So, nanalo na yung PLDT and Signal. So now for the play-in step ladder, you could see that the Cool Smashers will wait for the winner against Akari and Choco Mucho. But for that game, kung sino yung manalo doon sa games na yun, dalawang games na play-ins, yun yung makakapasok sa semifinals.
Okay, and abangan pa natin ang ilang mga araw at March 28 Saturday, and that's going to happen on 4 o'clock on Saturday at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. And the second game will be Choco against Akari at 6:30. Okay, in behalf of Paneng, Nekonis Vacher, and Jules Israel, and our entire production team under the baton of Director Alneri, Larry Diang, and Sinjin Reyes, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll see you here, and just keep coming back to where the heart of volleyball continues to pulsate and beat the Premier Volleyball League.